things, we're live. I'm live on my site. I don't know if you're live on yours.
I am going live right now. We are live.
Beautiful. Beautiful. If people didn't know, we're trying to dual stream. So it looks like all things are good on my side. Yep, all things are good on my side. I just double checked it.
I'm not double checking. I'm just going to go and look afterwards to see if it's happening or not.
I hope there's volume. I guess I can do that right now. I can go in and watch the video for like 2 seconds to make sure.
We've got some people in the chat. Let us know if you can hear us. I'm assuming we can. Robert wouldn't be saying what's up. He'd be saying, I can't hear you. Unless he's reading our lips. We don't know.
Right. You and I can hear each other, but
yes. No, we're overreacting to nothing.
Here, I'm pulling mine up. Just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, we're good. Robert's confirmed.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Cool. All right, Byron, I wanted to do this with you for forever. You and I have always been talking about streaming, like doing a co-stream or something like to that effect. And honestly, I just, you and I are both golfers. We're both athletes and we're both nerds. We're athletic nerds, as I like to call us. So
yeah,
I want to start out our stream.
And we are friends.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I'm sorry. We are friends. And that's a great segue. I want to talk about our summer of golf this year. It started late. We didn't start golfing. What was it? September? October. September. Yeah, it was after I tore my meniscus.
Yes. You weren't as hobbled as I expected.
It is the weirdest thing. I'm pretty sure I injured it earlier in the year. And then throughout the summer, it just got better. And then when it happened, when I retweaked it, when I actually tore it, for that first week, I could not walk on it whatsoever. And I think I even was like messaging you like, Byron, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to even join you with golf or like these golf trips. I'll have to double check with you. And I think it was like a 2 weeks heading into it. I'm like, are we still golfing? Because like there was no communication happening between us. And then you're just like, yeah, no, we're still good. We're still on. And I'm like, okay, I can join you. I just swung a golf club yesterday. It does not hurt. I will join you. We'll be in carts the whole time. Maybe I'll get a handicap, flag or something if I needed it. And then we went golfing with Kenny Kim and producer Jesus, right? That's what I called. That's my nickname for him.
Yes. Oh yeah. Baxter, Michael.
Yeah. And that was wonderful time.
A lot of fun, man.
Mm-hmm.
I said to you on the courses when we were, 2 rounds in or whatever, I was like, I expected you to be good, but like I didn't expect you to be like, you're just like so solid. You're so solid. There's nothing flashy, but
Thanks,
everything
buddy.
is just so well above average. It's really fun to watch you golf.
Appreciate it.
Compared to me, I think I'm a bit more like flash in the pan type stuff, especially when things aren't going well. So,
well, what I remember from us golfing, one, I'll be truthful here. The off the tee game is very sideways.
Oh God. Well, I told you right before you got here that my driver I'd broken.
Yeah.
Not the driver, like the driver swing was broken, and I couldn't. Dude, then you saw on the final day we got it figured out.
Listen, when you hit it straight, it's miles deep, and people, I'm talking like 320 yards. Byron can lace a golf ball.
Yeah.
You've got this big turn in your golf swing.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Rory McIlroy, like how much like, lateral movement that you have in your golf swing. And
I can barely wipe my ass, but I can turn a golf swing, man. Like for a big boy, I've got some mobility. So, no, it was fun. And
yes,
it was. Like the courses we played in particular were courses that were not going to be generous to how I was hitting the golf ball off the tee, because we played some fun courses. And we'll just dive into the first one that you.
Yes.
Really, I think if you show back up, we'll probably. Which was your favorite course?
Tournament course of Iowa.
Tournament course of Iowa.
And it's well, first of all, Okay, it was a little wet when we played. I imagine it's probably not that wet all the time, but you never know because I know it was more in a valley. So obviously water will collect down in that, whatever. But it was manicured really well and it was very tough. And I love tough golf courses. The tougher you can make it, the more in love I'm going to be with it. So, tournament course of Iowa, just for all things, that I enjoy about a golf course. But we played a lot of good ones, and I don't remember which one was the worst one, like the one that I didn't like the most. Is there one that you didn't like the most? And maybe you can jog my memory.
Yeah, no, it was easily TCI, the one you said. That was the one that broke me. Because I was driving it relatively well around Legacy the day before. Like I was playing fine. And then we went to TCI, but the thing was we teed off at TCI at 8:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and we went to bed at 1:30, and we were doing things before bed that just
I
take
mean,
hours off the next day, So
when you recap this with Kenny Kim, I think you said it perfectly. As every day went by, our tee times got earlier and we stayed up later the night before. Like,
yeah. So like hungover golf works if you can like start sourcing it up early again.
yeah.
But we had to drive to another golf course and play 36 holes in the next day. So it was like impossible to go. And just by the time every time I get to like hole 7, 8, 9 at TCI, my will is it's like the US Open to me, venue wise. It breaks me sooner than I ever admit that it would, and it's even before the turn. So I mentioned it on the 9th hole with you guys. Like the only reason we're playing here is because I wanted you guys to experience this golf course.
Jim Lemoyne's in my chat and says TCI is his least favorite golf course, is one of his least favorite golf courses.
Yes. Is there a way we can?
I can't pull up chats from my software.
And I'm not seeing Jim's commenting to you.
Here, I'll say this because so anybody watching my stream, obviously I would love you to continue watching mine because obviously numbers make a difference. But if you want to contribute with the chat, go over to Byron's because Byron will be able to pull up his chats.
Yeah, and if you aren't wanting to contribute to the chat, go over to Darbo so we can share viewers.
Yeah,
or both of us.
Yeah. No. That's a great idea because people say that all the time. Like when I've seen people like duo stream, they will say, "Hey, pull up both our videos, mute one, and keep the other one up," and then
comment on mine, and then just listen to Darbo's. Yeah, so take us away, Darbo. I think we have some sort of a general idea of what we're going to be. We're still chatting about the.
Yeah, we're still chatting about the golf.
The golf. So, what was the most impressive part of my game? I want you to blow my own horn.
Yeah. I will say I think you would be a formidable foe if you could not lose strokes off of the tee. Like if you can keep the ball in bounds and still hit it far, because I know you hit a lot of 2-irons off the tee and you hit a lot of 3-woods and stuff of that nature, and you kept the ball in play that way. But when it came to hitting your driver, like that thing can be a serious weapon. So your strengths while we played was definitely your short game. Like,
I was constantly chipping.
Well, and saving pars and I mean, yeah, there were some blow up holes or whatever, but you kept the score respectable based off of how well you got up and down. So I would say your short game was pretty solid for sure.
And Darbo doesn't play with like what is the newest golf club in your bag? That's also something I really respected. Is your shit's like
old,
authentic, man. It's
my buddy. that I've played with for the last 4 years. We're relatively new friends. He moved to my hometown not in like 2020, like right when COVID happened or whatever, 2021, 2022, something like that, somewhere in there. And I've been told he's a good golfer. Well, I'm like, all right, well, sure. And a lot of people are like, he's gonna give you a run for your money and whatever. And I'm very competitive, so like, yeah, I want to golf with this guy because I want to see how good he is. And then just over time, because he also thought he was better than me. And so when we played together, it was just a lot of fun to just, I've said this before, I've said this on other streams. It is one of those, this is going to sound morbid to some extent. I like to steal souls. Like, I like you to think you have a shot, and then I like to take it away from you.
No, I've been listening to a book called Superpowers.
Yeah.
lately, and there's a hero class in there called a subtlety hero.
Oh.
They don't have like superpowers when it comes to strength and stuff, but they will mentally screw you over so hard without it even knowing. You know, like I think you'd be a great subtlety.
So going back to what we're talking about, so he and I have been golfing for forever. Anytime I go up north, anytime there's tournaments to play in and stuff like that, we're always trying to play together. And he is always he owns the newest stuff all the time. The new TaylorMade driver comes out, boom, he gets it right away. The new Titleist driver comes out, boom, he gets it right away. His irons are those Mira irons, and they are like the it's like an oil can color, but it's got like blue and stuff that's in it. They look awesome. And it's like, yeah, those are sweet irons, but I don't care. You know, like I got the one length irons and I got the wrong ones. Let's put it this way. I don't like my irons, but I'm also too cheap to buy newer irons. And when I'd worked on, when I worked in the golf industry, I got a lot of stuff for free. I got a lot of stuff discounted, and it's really difficult to, I don't know, pay full price for clubs. And when I had to pay full price for the one length irons, it just felt gross to me. Like, and I know that's kind of an entitled take, because if you got a lot of stuff discounted and whatever, it's like, that's not what everybody gets to do. But for me, it's just like, I like new clubs. I don't like used clubs. I don't want to buy used clubs. I want my own. Not that I can't just regrip clubs and they feel brand new, you know? But yeah, I don't know. It's a mix of being too cheap and also being stubborn and entitled, I guess.
Yeah. I did not also realize that you had single length irons until you golfed.
That's right. Yeah.
That was.
And I'm rocking a Bridgestone driver that came out in 2005, because the new club that I bought, the Cobra, that Josh Bennett, who's a friend of mine and he did the fantasy stuff for a while, he had that driver for a while. We golfed a couple rounds and I noticed a crack that time we played. And I'm like, oh, damn it. My driver face cracked. And he goes, what driver do you have? And I told him it was the F9 Cobra F9. He goes, dude, I've owned 3 of those and they crack up on the top of the face. It's exactly where my crack happened. And it's like, how can you have such a defective club like that? And now that club was used. I bought it from my buddy that I was just talking about, who lives up in my hometown right now. And it's like, oh, there's the one new club that I bought, but I bought that one for cheap. So like,
no, that's fair. It's awesome though, you know. And I think what I want to do one day is put together a bag of like persimmon. That is one word I struggle, and I'm glad
persimmon.
I'm not going to try and say it again. But that would be really cool to have two sets of those clubs. So when a buddy comes and you say, hey, you want to play your clubs? Or if they can't fly in with their own, then you just go back to the relics and you just rock them together, go and play. And then you play off the back, and then you're ripping like 5 irons into like every green. You know, then it's cool. You know, like then you're back to like old school stuff, which I think is fun, which you kind of reminded me of. So shout out to you.
Thanks. My dad has a 5-wood that's a persimmon, and he's just like, he'd gotten it like maybe 3 years ago, and he works at he runs the golf course in my hometown. And he goes, Eric, you should try hitting this sometime. And I was like, let's do it right now. So we took some golf balls from his little, he's selling jar golf balls. Took like 3 golf balls out and just ripped them. Because I know you're supposed to swing just differently, just a little bit differently with those steel shafted persimmon woods than you're supposed to whatever. Woo! You hit them if you hit that club on the screws, it feels good. Like it's like, yeah, it's like butter. It's just like a hot knife through butter. It feels really good.
And the sound, it's like a firecracker.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, it's so nice. It's so pure, Now, like you hear like a Callaway triple diamond. Is what I'm busy sending off the tee in all directions, But I also do want to say, Darbo, in my defense, I do think I drove the ball considerably better at
Beaver.
Green at when we
yes, you did. Oh yeah. We had a second. I was going to bring that up too. Thank you for reminding me.
Enjoyable round of golf, in my opinion.
That was yes, that was cold. That is the thumbnail of the video. Is from when we played. Oh yeah, I didn't even. I thought about wearing a hat too, but I'm like,
No, you got good hair. So
my light is like right here. If I had a hat on, it would be like dark as hell. So yes, Greenlee. We went to Albert Lee and golfed. That was kind of our middle point. There were a couple other courses that were probably closer to our middle point that just were a bit sketchy, and I didn't know if they were open or not. Yeah. So you did a little bit more driving than I did that day, which I appreciate. Thank you very much.
And we left 10 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny skies behind just in 2 hours worth of driving for me.
Yeah.
I left Des Moines and it was perfect. I was like, this is going to be a great day. I showed up in this and like a zip-up hoodie. That's it. I get there. It's freezing cold, man. It's like, no, it wasn't 10 degrees. It was like 30 degrees. It was like 32 degrees in Minnesota there. And it was like 60 degrees here in Des Moines. It's like, what?
And I did think about telling you, like, don't come in shorts. And sure enough, we show up almost nearly the same time. You walk out of your vehicle. You're wearing shorts and that polo you have on right there. Nothing else. Not even a beanie or a toque or whatever. However you would, a winter hat, basically. Not that I had a winter hat on either, but you ended up busting one out during our second 18, I think. Yeah. Like when we got back to the vehicle.
Yeah, got a little cold. So
yeah. But you had you go, I think I've got pants in my car. And I'm like, you think? You didn't really bring them? And you're like, yeah, they're just in there or whatever. Not even like emergency pants. I was like, why do you have an extra pair of jeans in your car? Like,
came in clutch.
They did.
Have a random pair of jeans.
They did. And that was a very enjoyable round of golf. I think because of how miserable, like how cold it was, like how miserably cold it was. And both of us played some decent golf, considering that we really hadn't touched a golf club since our trip. That was like a month before, because we played November 1st. I think that was. Yeah. It was November. No, not November 1st. November 10th.
It was deep into November. Yeah, it wasn't early because I was like shocked we were actually playing.
Yeah, no, I think it was November 10th.
It was the last time that course was open.
That's right. It was the last day.
The weather was literally shutting down the course and the town. And that town was also quite incredible. Had a nice dinner at the Fox's Hole there.
The Thirsty Fox.
The Thirsty Fox. It was a 6,200-yard golf course. It was
short.
It was real dinky, but it was really cool. It kind of was like Pete Dye. What do you say, Darbo? Like in nature, with the greens were a little diabolical at times.
So the short par fours were very guarded, and so there was that pond that was in front of that one hole that was like 280, 290 or something like that, or we had to carry it like 270, 280, something like that. But the wind was in our face and it was cold. And I remember telling you like, nah, man, I'm going for it. And I ended up going in the water. Yeah. It was November 8th. Or November 7th. We played on November 7th. I just looked it up. I had to.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Lots of fun, dude. And I can't wait to do some more golf trips with you. Because I don't mind heading down that way. Those courses we played in Iowa were awesome. Down in Des Moines in that whole area. I'd golf every single one of them again. And they were relatively cheap, although like I don't really remember paying for a lot of the rounds. I know I paid for one round, and I don't remember if I paid for anybody else, but I know Kenny picked up like 2 of my rounds, I think it was.
I got you. I'll let you know when it's appropriate that you owe me.
You're gonna
I'm not gonna do it yet.
you're gonna give me my receipts. Is that what it is?
No.
Okay.
It's all mostly still a blur, but yes.
So I wanted to recap the golf trips that we had because they were great, and like I've never drank that much. That trip that I had to come down and golf with you, Kenny, and Mike, like I never drank that much, and especially day after day after day.
Yeah.
Like there was one day, I think, was it Beaver or something? What was the Beaver course that we played?
That was on Sunday.
Was that the one that eagled a hole one? No, what was the one I eagled hole one? Was that Saturday morning? We had to drive out a ways. I can't remember what course that was.
Yes, that would have been the south side.
It was Beaver. It was Beaver. Yeah. It was Beaver, and it was like
it was the first hole. It wasn't our first hole.
It was our first hole. I chipped in for eagle. Yeah, of the day. I didn't take any practice swings. I was feeling miserable. My stomach hurt. My back was sore. I'm just like, and it was our last day. Yeah, it was our last day. But that was, yeah. The golf got better for me as the days went on, but my body started getting way more stiff, and the and the hangovers got worse. So I don't know what it is. I always like joke with my mom and tell her like, oh, my mom's in the chat right now. I always tell my mom I'm an alcoholic, which I'm not, but I also play really good golf when I'm drunk or drinking or whatever. And thank God you had those big ass chiladas. Those like this big of cans. Like they were huge. They're like 32 ounce.
Bud Light chiladas.
Yeah.
It's clamatos. It is the ultimate morning hangover drink on a golf course.
And it was perfect. I needed a little bit of tomato with a little bit of beer to go with it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. I'm a veteran, you know. I know some things. Can't get that by me.
It was great, dude. It was a blast, and I would do it again. 100 times out of 100. Okay. Let's move on. And actually let's segue this way, Byron. You and I, the last day of golf, had ourselves a little argument on the green. I got a little snippy, but like I didn't have any ill feelings towards you. I'm just like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, pal. Will you? I wanted to create a pod between us just about this topic. Do you remember what you said to me? Do you remember how it went?
I might make a better argument now. It may be even worse than when I first did it. It may be the same.
Okay.
But it was about how strokes gained on a Sunday are binary when it comes to putting, right?
It's either in or it's not.
It's either in or it's not. Whereas, that stat, it's the stat that matters most because from what I'm not even going to use like a range, from a good birdie look, you should be making it on a Sunday kind of thing.
Yeah.
You want to be making those putts, and missing it by just a little bit, even if it was like off by say 3 degrees, it's out of the hole.
Right. Yep.
It's you got to putt it in again. That's a full nother stroke you got to go. So when it comes to driving and you're off by 2 or 3 degrees,
this is perfect. This is where yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Like in my mind, it's okay. You're off by 2 or 3 degrees. You are not out of the hole. Like it's not a whole stroke that you've just lost. The reason we were talking about the small fraction being so much more important on the greens and why putting typically under pressure, people tend to struggle the most. At least, that's kind of the general philosophy that people say, right? Like nerves show up the most on the greens.
That's right.
And this is kind of, I'm trying to explain maybe from a statistical perspective or whatever, like why it seems that way. Because on a Saturday, you don't have to make every single putt. And if you're feeling loose, you're still making the putts you need to make. And I think for Collin Morikawa in particular, on Sundays, his putting gets worse. It's over 2 and 3 year periods of time. You can see on Sundays he putts worse. It's when it's more important to get the ball in the hole. That's where all the money's made on a Sunday. The putter shows up or it doesn't. So
okay. Yeah, and I'm not going to disagree. I think the thing you had said that probably tilted me was you're like, that putt you just missed, because it was like I think I had like a 13-foot putt or whatever, and I barely missed. Like I missed by, you know, like 2 inches or whatever. Not 2 inches away from the hole. Like I grazed the lip as it went by and it just rested right behind. And you're like, that putt right there, you might as well have missed by like 4 feet because it's the same type of, it's the same result or whatever. And like, now that I think about it in my head, yeah, it is the same result. I didn't make the putt, but because I think you were making an argument for strokes gain, like that's like the same as missing it by 4 feet. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not the same as missing it by 4 feet. And that's when you start going, but Darbo, it's binary. Putting is binary. And I was like, I get that. It's in the hole, but this isn't like I hit it 4 feet by. Like the stats wouldn't bear that out or whatever. And you're like, yes, they would. It's binary. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I don't know what the hell. Like we kept like going around in circles.
The 2-inch miss is a 0. You did not get it in. The 4-foot miss, 0. You did not get it in. You know, like it's still a miss.
And quite frankly, going back to the whole calculations of strokes gain stats, we're not going back to it, but obviously I've created these videos that you've only seen. I've shared it with my buddy from up north, and that's it.
Your buddy up north and your buddy down south.
That's right. And you guys are about the same distance away too. It's about 3.5, 4 hours away. So,
good.
but yeah, no, yeah. 2 putting from the place I putted would have gained me the exact same strokes gain stats. So yeah, I agree with you, you know, on that whatever, but I don't remember what triggered me. Like when we were like,
it was the 4th consecutive day of golfing with me in a row. Dude. It was time. I played the long con.
It was like our 13th hole. I was playing good golf. I think I was like 2 or 3 under par, and then I lost that golf ball the hole before, hitting the middle of the fairway. Like, could not find that golf ball whatsoever. And I'm like, I got to play a legit round of golf because I'm playing really well. I want to see what I can score. Yeah, and it's like, and then I think I was just like kind of already frustrated and upset that my good round of golf is for whatever reason now not a good round of golf because this goat ranch of a golf course ate my golf ball up and I can't find it. There's a PGA Tour. Someone would be pointing me right where my golf ball is.
Yeah, it was a tough hole. That's the problem, you know. Is like, yeah. But you did hit down the middle, so.
Yeah. So no. Okay. All right. I didn't quite. I couldn't remember it for the life of me. Like as we were talking about doing this podcast, I was like, I kind of want to bring this up because it could just be a completely entertaining exchange between you and I if we could recreate what we did. But I just don't remember, and what you just provided me there did not trigger me whatsoever. So
no, we were both broken men. We were swinging at each other with pool noodles, dude. It was
yeah. That's true. We were.
We had nothing left in the tank.
And there's Kenny and Mike. Like, just Kenny was that whole last day was a glaze over his face. Yeah. He didn't talk to anybody. Yeah, right. He didn't talk to anybody. He didn't do. He played his own game. And then there was Mike, and Mike, he's telling you, "Oh yeah, no, I agree." And I look at Mike. I'm like, Mike, what are you talking about? Do you really agree with him? He goes, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to be nice or trying to like play middleman. And I'm like, but that's bullshit. Don't give him credit. I don't give him credit or something like that. Oh, that was so good, dude. That was a lot of fun. Yeah,
it was. It was too much fun.
All right.
We'll do it again.
I'm gonna segue to strokes gain stats.
Okay.
You know, I've told you, I've talked in length to anybody and everybody how much I think strokes gain stats are overrated. And I've created 3 separate videos that I plan to create or put together in a large video. You've seen the rough, like they're just not polished. They're not polished videos. There needs to be a little bit of editing still that has to apply to them, but by and large, the videos have been created. I did notice a couple mistakes that I'm probably going to go in and mute the original audio and add audio, because like I said, the field instead of world, and just I want to make sure it's crystal clear for everyone that's listening to it. What was your, let's go through video by video. Strokes gained stats adjusted and calculated. You remember watching that one?
Let's just go with the one I just watched today.
Okay, overrated. Yes.
In my mind.
Okay, yeah. Strokes gained stats are overrated, is what you just watched. And it was my conclusion to a lot of what I'd covered in the previous videos, and then just I added some examples in there with certain tournaments and how strokes gained stats can mislead you, as like, you know, the first example I had was Siwoo Kim at the Wyndham Championship. The second example I had was Russell Henley at the RBC Heritage. And one was Siwoo had a really big blow up round heading into the Wyndham that really affected his approach stats. And then Russell Henley got an albatross and an eagle in the same round of a very difficult tournament, the Players Championship, which inflated his stats, his approach stats. And obviously I should have tied this in better, segued it better to my final example, was looking at every RBC Heritage with golfers' lead-in stats heading into that event, because that's the game we play today. Is like for the Sony Open, which we might talk about here a little bit later, we are going to be looking at golfers' lead-in stats into a tournament. And this tournament, we all know that there are specific stat categories that we want to be looking at. And so we're going to try to find golfers lead-ins, like golfers in the field. If their lead-in stats in those categories are good, they're going to either be auto plays or fades based off of ownership, essentially. And so I was like, okay, I've been doing this for as long as I've been podcasting, is looking at lead-in stats and just measuring it against what I heard at the beginning of the week from like everybody, your top end dudes, you know, like I'm not going to name names throughout any of this because I don't need the heat.
We're not doing it to point fingers.
No, right.
You know, explain the math.
100%. So that's why I kind of included the examples I did. And then, you know, I gave my key points, which, if I'm being honest with you, like I just felt like I needed to add key points. I did have ChatGPT help me come up with I actually typed in my argument, and then it came up with these key points for me. So I'm just like, you know what, those are good. I'll use those, you know?
Yeah.
So that's essentially the whole basis. And I just basically gave the Cliff Note version of this video for everybody that's listening right now. But at some point in time, I will release this to go live on YouTube, where everyone will get to see the full perspective aspect of it. But I wanted you to watch these so you could give me your opinion. And especially here on this platform, like I want us all to grow. I want myself to grow. Nothing that I say is final. It's not, you know, whatever. I can be convinced otherwise. So first of all, what's your take on it? And I'll give you the floor to speak for however long you want, because I just took up the airspace there.
First off, I've seen the videos before, and in the first video that Darbo sent me, I'm busy watching, and the next thing, he just, like 25 minutes into the video, he just starts making up an imaginary enemy and fighting with this person that he's just like just constructed out of thin air. And he goes after this imaginary hacker that he's just pretending is starting to come and take his stuff. He says, "That's okay. You may take my stuff, but I will get back up again and it'll post back out there again." And I was like, dude, you just went way off the rails there.
I'm going to cut that out. That'll be cut out. That's not going to
put that at the end. And you're just like, you know, if you are this guy, I've got a message for you.
Yeah.
So, it was hilarious. It was so funny. I was like, wow, you is there more you want to tell us? Yeah. Anyway, what you did mention in the most recent one you just sent me now about the strokes gained being overrated. And I also said, I don't think they are overrated. I think they can be interpreted, and you're like, yes, but overrated. You know, there, some people do overrate some metrics as well, though. Because they misinterpret what those metrics are supposed to be used for. And as you mentioned in there with strokes gained approach at courses in particular, like the the East Coast, when they played Florida golf courses and Innisbrook, you know, um, the players, the cog, there's water everywhere. So guys can lose strokes out of nowhere. They can lose it off the tee or on approach. And you think they've completely lost their driver, when in fact it was a foot of miss, like 1 or 2 degrees, that really screwed them over by being in the water versus not. Binary, a full stroke lost, right? You're in or you're out.
Yeah.
That's an instance where being a bit more nervous off the tee makes a difference, right? Because then you are losing like that. I need to take a quick cough, but
Yeah.
that's kind of one thing I've noticed is you have to look at things in isolation. Like after the East Coast swing, strokes gained approach numbers, bad ones can be glossed over quite nicely, like Kenny Kim was on that Sunday.
Well, and I guess that's also what I point out in the video. It's like a lot of content creators are not providing context to a lot of their strokes gain analysis. And so the three examples I used, 2 of them were at Heritage Hilton Head, which is just an easy course in my opinion to use, because again, every single year that I see stats leading into the event, and we are told, use a segment from Chad Eckert, what we were told is that you want to find approach players because approach stats are the most important thing for this event. There's a disconnect for me, because when I look at the top of the leaderboard and Bryson DeChambeau during his beefy days in 2020 still top 10, it's like, well, if I'm taking you at your word that off the tee doesn't matter here and we want to find approach players, Bryson isn't known for being an approach player. And if I were to go back to all the podcasts back then, a lot of people were like, nah, this isn't a course you play Bryson at. Don't play Bryson at this golf course. And that to me rubs me the wrong way. And the reason I created this video is because I have a really good memory of moments in time where the entire collection of people online basically said, you should be doing this. Only until after the event happened, it did not turn out at all what anybody else thought it did or it was going to. And then there's no accountability. There's no apology. There's no like, hey, I was wrong. Sorry. It's just move on to the next event and do the exact same thing that was said the week before to get the exact same results. It's like, so my issue, Byron, is just like, I do think analysis is just really bad in golf or in this content space. And the most popular people, maybe this is more of a competition thing with me, the most popular people are not getting it right at a rate that I'd like them to. And I know golf is hard. I even said that in the video. I understand golf is hard. But the analysis is so basic and simple. Like, so you can come back at me, you can fire back at me and say, when it comes to analytics, what am I getting wrong? Like is it fair for me to have these feelings? Is it fair for me to have this criticism? Or
you can have expectations of what you want from people. I wouldn't call them criticisms.
Okay, expectation. Yeah.
Where some people, what I've also realized is in doing content is I think that everyone's thinking the same way I am and you are. So I need to really make it informative, detailed, rabbit hole, deep dive stuff. Like I don't think there are some channels that are perfect for people that just want
to be told what to do.
Wednesday afternoon, 1 hour video. Boom. This is like 80% of what you need to know in 20% of the time to consume it. The Pareto principle. My favorite thing in the world.
All right.
20% effort, 80% results.
Yeah.
So that to me, I think is a good way to capture a lot of the market without trying too hard, But what we are is probably providing that extra 80% effort for only about 20% of the people, maybe, and you know, so
Yeah.
that could be one thing. And we love the 20% of you the most.
Yeah, that's
So
if I look at some of the top streamers that do this stuff, I probably, well, I'm close to 20%. Yeah, I'm close to 20% of subscribers. It's most of these people.
yeah, exactly. So that's what we can pride ourselves on. So
But I
we
mean,
kind of, but I just started in the full swing my micro model,
yeah.
which I think answers this question quite nicely. Is like, why would you use a model that buckets everyone into these very binary buckets? You don't have to be a good approach player at every single golf course if you do other stuff well.
Mhm.
Like if you can't apply the same percentages to Ben Griffin's approach play as you should JJ Spahn's. Technically, JJ Spahn relies more on his ball striking to get his scoring done, whereas Ben Griffin, but more well-rounded, not as good a ball striker, great iron player, whatever, but a much better putter than Spahn. So Griffin needs to get the bonus points in the model rankings or whatever for being a good putter, but just because you're going to a ball striker's paradise, you're just taking his baseline strokes gained putting out of the equation because you're following just you're trying to follow 80% of what everyone does on that hole, when sometimes the 20% outliers are the guys that make the difference in the grand scheme of things.
Well, and like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, and the thing is I said this in one of the videos, is like, we don't know the intentions of these golfers on any of these golf holes. Like, I have no idea if they're aiming down the right side, being okay with missing the fairway to the right. Like, I have no idea if that's the case. When we golf together, I'm giving you my strategy on each hole. I'm asking you, hey, what does this hole do? And then you'll tell me, oh, you don't want to hit driver here because there's trouble there. Only for me to hit the iron, being a safe play, and get up there and go, Byron, why didn't you let me hit driver here? Like, because in my head, I like to play aggressive and I like to try to thread needles. And sure, if I'm 20%, if I have a 20% success rate of threading the needle, that means 80% of that, or if I think I said 20, 80% of that I'm missing, and most likely having a penalty shot to go with it, which is what you're trying to help me avoid. But I'm welcoming of it to get that chance at eagle, or like whatever, like bring that on, because I can chip out and maybe bogey the hole.
Make a full.
Yeah, right. And so we don't know the intention of any of these golfers, and we have no idea if they executed. But what's been lovely about YouTube Golf, I don't know how much you consume of that, but it's great listening to like the Bryan brothers talk, especially Wesley Bryan talk about, nah, man, I'm going to hit it over here because I got a straight line into the pin location. I don't care if I'm over in the weeds, or, he doesn't say that, but it's just like, he will miss way offline and you'll hear George go, Wesley, what was that all about? Or whatever. and George is like, is it cool down, George? Like, I plan to go over that way. You plan to miss it 30 yards left. He's like, yeah, look at the angle I have into the green. Like, that's the difference between those two golfers, and
yeah.
And what will look like off the tee for Wesley is going to be really awful compared to George, but then they end up in the same place on the green, and now Wesley's approach stat looks amazing compared to George's, but the result is the same. Yeah. And so a lot of times I will see when people make these analyses online and just be like, dude, look at JJ Spahn's approach. Like, he's going to go into the RBC Heritage he's on fire right now. And it's like, do you see his off the tee stat? It is -2, -3 on courses that, if we really wanted to do our due diligence and really figure out, did JJ execute a good game plan and miss fairways on purpose? Or like, did he club down a lot and then just accidentally missed, a fairway? Because that's going to really hurt your off the tee stat, but it'll open up the door for a larger approach gain if you can hit the green, and if the hole funnels, or if the green funnels to the hole location, now you're like, your stats are so inflated. And I showed that in like the nuances of strokes gained stats. It's just like, if this thing happens right here, where this scenario of whatever ends up happening, and this guy can get the ball within 10 feet, he's gaining 0.8 strokes on approach for that one shot. Like, that's huge.
Huge.
And it's like, but people don't know that. They don't see that. Yeah. I showed that I just missed the green by a little bit, and that was a difference of like 0.4 strokes on approach, or 0.2 strokes on approach.
Yeah.
What's the difference? If I, it was like this far, if I would have hit the green, I would have gained 0.2 more than if I was just off the green, because how strokes gained stats look at are baselines, so anyways,
yeah.
I'm taking up too much airspace here again.
No, you've wanted to do this, and you need to vent, because the cool part is you can like kind of see when you do like the micro model, it's especially at something like the Utah Bank Championship, where the driving accuracy rates were ridiculously high.
And boy, oh boy, Brennan, that's me. That I play golf like he plays golf. Bomb it away, baby. Bomb it away on every hole. Every hole.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, it's evident Brennan's very good on approach out of the fairway. Like there's Ricky Castillo. He is so good out of the rough, but at a course like this, you in the fairway all the time. So you don't even get the opportunity to, if you're just using general strokes gained approach,
right,
to say that you need to have good strokes gained approach here to give yourself lots of birdie looks. The majority of his strokes gained approach comes from being a good rough player, probably because of how his swing is built, or
hey, by the way, that's
aggressive he is, or
that's Justin Thomas as well. Justin Thomas, most of his approach comes from the rough.
The rough, and that's why his approach numbers are so good. Is because out of the rough you get rewarded for potentially putting yourself in the rough correctly off the tee, where you've lost the other strokes, so you're piggybacking some strokes here, like a skins game. So until you do the right mathematical thing on the golf course, those strokes gains are like carrying over, so it's so weird, but it makes a lot of sense at a high level to the right people, but to us, you got to have some perspective.
And I know the argument made against what I just said is like, over a long period of time, all that stuff gets leveled out. And so you will definitely see good golfers versus bad golfers. But like, my argument too to that is like, a 24 to 36 round baseline, like it's hilarious. I had an argument with ChatGPT on this because I'm like, why is 24 to 36 rounds used? And it was the point of when you can start seeing golfers excelling at a particular stat. And in my head, I'm like, okay, but for how long does that actually end up happening? So in 24 to 36 rounds, you can still have enough spike results that will inflate those numbers, where the next 24 to 36, they could go back to their baseline or even worse. And it's like, so for 24 to 36 rounds for a specific period of time, that golfer is going to look much better than what he actually is. And so how is that fair? And it's like, you got to do this mix and match of, you got to look at some golfers and just be like, I don't think so. Yeah. These stats,
1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing is, now what then comes into my head is, now there are so many arguments for and against strokes gained stats that I just kind of go, what's the point? Like I like to use like year-long stats. That's where I did this honestly, Byron, because it was the easiest thing to do for the bucket system, and it just stuck. Like, I like to look at year-long stats because you can really see who's good and who's bad. Like, you get a general sense of who's good and who's bad at certain things. I don't really like to use 24 to 36 rounds, but I know a lot of people do. And I might be in the wrong for that. Maybe someone can give a better argument for, but it's like, it's just not, I just know the nuances that go into strokes gain stats. So I'm just already like, I guess maybe I just have a bad attitude, you know, and maybe it's because everybody uses strokes gain stats to analyze golfers. And when I listen to a lot of these people, and let's put it, well, I was going to try to make it lighter than, it's just some of them just don't understand what the stats are. And they're just kind of piggybacking off of their favorite content creators or streamers, kind of saying the same thing, but not understanding why those guys are saying the things that they are saying. And so, like, I won't lie, I'll be watching and I'm just like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm done listening to you now. You've ruined it because you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So what I also started off doing golf handicapping with and modeling was with a 2-year and a 1-year baseline.
Mm-hmm.
I would have,
I like that.
like 1/3 of it would be, you know, 2-year baseline, and the other 2/3 would be the last year. I didn't do any like monthly anything like that, but it's been, sorry,
You do you,
I
bud.
also like
All good.
2 seconds.
We're live, so we can't script this stuff.
I need to have a I was struggling to come to terms with where you could obviously see some golfer had figured something out within a select time frame and at a point that made contextual sense. Because I think if there's been a large break in time and the next 5 tournaments, say the next 24 rounds, are significantly better, consistently better than the previous 24 because of a specific gap or because of a specific venue change or a specific
time of the year. Yeah.
Time of the year, you know, consecutive amounts of tournaments being played, you know, like some guys start off hot. I think Michael Kim mentioned, or JJ or Andrew Novak, one of the two. Awesome follows on X. They like reply to you in your DMs sometimes, you know, if you're like lucky enough. And Novak doesn't like to play too much in a row, but he also wants to play once or twice before a good event that he's eyeing out because he wants to
excel. He wants to peak at that moment.
Like
yeah.
they figured out the stats wise. That's I think it's Michael Kim that actually has to ramp his stuff up. So pre-major stuff like that, you got to go play some golf. So it was kind of a nice way to figure out how to do his schedule for best ball.
And that actually goes back to like Phil Mickelson playing the Shell Houston Open. You know, like that was always the tournament before the Masters, and he went there to go dick around to like, he was either gonna
stay loose, keep it,
win the tournament or miss the cut by like 12 strokes. You know, like he was gonna do stuff and just see how well he could execute. So I
think Scottie is the opposite.
Oh, Scottie's a machine.
His game is so in control that he needs to have his mind as rested as possible leading into that, you know, where it's like the tank is full. He doesn't want it to have to be filled up by winning the Valero. You know, like,
you know what's crazy? Again, this is what I like about YouTube golf, is he played with Grant Horvat and he shot like a 67, a 66 on the tips at his home course, which I know it's his home course. Yeah. And I don't even think he hit any range balls. He just like, let's just go out. It was cold or something like that. So he didn't really care to warm up. Yep. And he just goes out there and shoots like a casual 67, 66 and waxes, you know, Grant on, like, he had a 5-shot lead or something like that. And he just goes out and just plays Scottie Scheffler golf, which is, do we want to segue? Because I want to talk about how good Scottie Scheffler is in a way that nobody else has really said this. Keith Stewart almost did it, and I think he was trying to get there. I think Scottie Scheffler will be better than Tiger Woods. I think Scottie Scheffler is the best golfer. Tiger was the most explosive golfer we've ever seen. And if it wasn't for his stupid decisions of running in combat boots because daddy did it, or chasing hookers because daddy did it, like, why I'm going to say Scottie is a better golfer is because Scottie has a better head on his shoulders than Tiger Woods ever did. And I think he's going to. I've had conversations with this buddy of mine. The only way that Scottie doesn't surpass Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods is his wife Meredith. That's the only thing. Because I that, or like, you know, some random, you know, terrible occurrence like injury, getting hit by a bus, like what happened to Ben Hogan and whatever.
That stuff's, we all know that's on the table.
Correct. And so maybe because there's a chance of that happening, or getting arrested, you know, because there's a chance of that happening, maybe that's how he doesn't get there. But if nothing takes Scottie away from golf, he will be the best golfer of all time by the time he's done playing. If you watch his game of golf like I watch it, and I'm not saying I'm the best at analyzing golfers, but there is a level of his game. He's 6'3", so he's already got leverage on his side. He keeps his face square almost the entire way through his golf swing. That ball isn't getting too far left or too far right like Tiger Woods had issues with. And then if you look at his around the green game, you know, there was an original video I created about strokes gained being overrated where I used one example in particular, but I went back to see if all streamers had said the exact same thing that you said, and nobody said it. And I made the claim that everybody said it. Scottie doesn't know was the title of your video, yes. And he doesn't know how to chip. Yeah, right. And I know why you did it. I know why I understand this the strategy of creating videos and stuff. But when I heard that, I'm like, are you insane? Like, my strokes gain eyeballs are telling me that Scottie's chipping method and the way that he chips is one of the best on tour. It's you know, he had a couple bad breaks, and that's why his strokes gain around the green stats looked terrible at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am and then some other event. I can't remember what it was. Oh, he lost like 2 strokes around the green at the Tour Championship because he shanked a ball out of a bunker, if you remember that shot that he had. So it's like, and that stuff can happen. But anyways, Scottie Scheffler putting, even his putting is not as bad as everyone thinks it is. Yeah, baseline wise, averages, I get how baselines work. If everybody at 8 feet is making it 50% of the time and Scottie's making it 43% of the time, yeah, that's bad. That's worse than average, but it's 43% of the time, and he has more opportunities at that distance than anybody else does.
Yeah. Yes.
So I can give him a little bit of leeway with his putting. He's not as good of a putter as Tiger Woods is. And if you go back and watch Tiger Woods putt, holy shit, dude. I forgot how good at putting he was. That guy made everything from everywhere. Yes, yes. It would not surprise me if Scottie wins 4 majors in a row at some point in time. I just think he's just so much farther above anybody else on tour. And when Keith said, and I love you, Keith Stewart, I think you're wonderful. When Keith said that if you take Rory at his best versus Scottie at his best, Rory would beat Scottie. Now I think about it, it is very close. And maybe Scott or maybe Rory would, just because like Rory can hit the ball so much further. And when his wedge game is on, like it was at Congressional back at the US Open, where he won by like 8 strokes or whatever it was, like that's a Rory that can't be touched. But we haven't really seen it that much, and I just don't know if we've really seen Scottie's absolute game-wrecking game yet.
We saw Scottie do that at the CJ Cup, Byron Nelson.
Yeah, that's right. And I think he had a bogey or 2 on his last round or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but
his foot came so off the gas so hard towards the end, and he still, what was it, 8 strokes?
Yeah.
Dude, he gained
31 under versus 23 under. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that is against professionals.
Yes.
These are professional golfers. Like, just obliterated them. Like that should have been a sign of what was coming up.
Yeah.
You know, like, watch out. You know, and he just finished I just wrote my Breaking 100 article for the majors. It's pinned to my Twitter account at the Model Maniac, and in there I've got a Scottie Scaries paragraph or
Okay.
two. I've just like I've only bet two guys at the Masters at like 90 and 120 to 1 to win because
Who
he's
else? Yeah.
so good
Yeah.
at that tournament. And Caesars has him priced at plus 225 to win the Masters. Like, it's insane. But he's a very good chance he wins this
Hey, will
thing.
you put $100 on that for me? I'd like to.
Caesars?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll be in Vegas in February. I could do it myself. Oh, I might have to get involved.
So what I was looking into, I take a look at what your best finish was prior to winning a major, in a major.
Yes.
How well have you done in a major before winning your major?
Most of those are like second places and whatever.
Masters, Open Championship, and PGA Championship more recently have been second places or better.
Yeah.
US Open, you can
all over the place.
Make it like a top 5, but also there's been JJ Spahn, which was a 23rd.
Okay.
Luke Wyndham Clark.
You kind of created your own bucket system for this.
73rd. I mean, and now.
Wait, Wyndham Clark's best finish was 73rd before he had won?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that guy's a phony also, by the way.
And also I typed up a whole bunch more shit in my article and then it canceled. Like I tried to publish it email it to me and it killed all that I'd done. And I deep dived all of this stuff. So I'm going to just share something with you quickly. Like,
okay.
If you take a look at the majors, people that have won 4+ majors over their career since World War II, when they were all playing the same majors at the same time, only 17% of all of those total majors came at the US Open amongst those guys.
Really?
So, yeah. So everyone that's on that list wins the US, the Open Championship and the Masters a lot more. And then the PGA is a little more than the US Open, I think at like 22%. But the others are like at 30 something percent because
of
so
Tiger?
easier to win there. And now Scottie's won at those. Now he's got to win the US Open. And that's his next one, is to get that one done. It's hard, dude. Like, to win that tournament, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Outliers, the variables, the way they set those courses up can really piss Scottie off.
Dude.
Because it's unfair. And that's the thing that he needs to get over next. So
I think Scottie would have won Oakmont if it wasn't just downpouring. Like, I felt like that course it wasn't perfect for him, but if there was a chance that he was going to be better than the field, I thought Oakmont was a really good opportunity.
Yeah, but he drove it badly as well.
Wet rough, as thick as that US Open rough was, good luck, pal.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. The misses to the left for Scottie. Now, I will go back to what I was saying, or I guess I'll go back on what I was saying, or however that phrasing is. His miss to the left is so weird, and I thought maybe it had something to do with the wine stem through the hand injury.
Definitely.
Because
it was a fail-safe prior. He never missed left before.
Yeah.
And then since the injury, he's had.
I even think I remember hearing him say to Ted, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I cut this," and then he drew it. It's like, well, if you're that good at golf and you're like, "I'm gonna cut this," and you don't cut it, there's something wrong.
The front nine of his Sunday PGA Championship, he was driving it like he'd just been stabbed again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like,
yep.
And that is what makes him so nightmarishly good. Did you see how he was driving that golf? He got a little lucky once or twice.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Some lucky breaks.
Happens in golf.
The way he was driving that golf ball would have sunk 80% of any person in contention's chances on that.
You're talking mentally,
yeah. and from a score basis, what they would have scored from where he had put the ball each time wouldn't have been what he got away with, and he's just got a way of getting out of jail. You know, think about it. Like, who has literally been locked up before a round and then go and shoot one, like almost one of the rounds of the day? buddy.
Well,
boy.
I will say that following day, because I think this just happens with just humans in general. Like maybe that first day you just have so much adrenaline and you're not really thinking of anything, and you go out and you're pure whatever. But then you get time to think about things afterwards, and I think that's where the embarrassment ends up coming, into play. But yes,
And
yes,
Ted Scott wasn't on the bag for that round.
that's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
It was a perfect storm. We all saw
Yes.
it coming. We all
Yeah.
saw it coming.
Yeah.
Like, so that was his weakness. But then he also went and won a tournament without Ted Scott. I think the BMW Championship or something, and
Yeah, it was.
or the Tour Championship. I don't
No,
know.
BMW. I think
won-
you're right. I think it was BMW. Yeah.
So he can do it now without anyone. He can win the birdie fests. One thing that I am interested in is, do you want to flex your tool and pull up the majors for Scottie and what he scored in them, like what his winning scores are? Can it do that? Because if
maybe.
like,
Yes.
if you look at what his ranking is-
Yeah. Go ahead. If you want to share,
when you've got it pulled up.
I'll select Scottie.
If you take a look,
We're just looking at majors.
yeah, just in the majors, like the majors he's won, what has been the scores that he won them at?
Is this correct? Do I
All
have?
double digits. All double digits.
Is it 4? Does he only have 4?
Yeah, he's won the Masters twice and the other 2.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
He's gonna go for the Slam at the US Open.
Yep, that's right.
It'll be his 5th. It'll be like a really crisp, efficient.
The only reason I asked,
it'll be his 6th.
Byron, you want to know why I just asked that question is because I thought Scottie Scheffler had more majors. But that was just like that was a feeling. That wasn't like I knew or whatever. It was just a feeling.
I had also like think about it when you asked, but look at the score to par that he's got you. Like everything he's won has been kind of easy scoring relative to major championship scores. Like when Brooks won at Shinnecock, I think he won at +1. He won 1 over.
2 cuts.
So
are you trying to make the argument right now that the harder the course is, the tougher it's going to be for Scottie to win?
No, I'm just saying that it's interesting that none of these majors have been at like very difficult golf courses.
Okay.
But also he's also blitzed some of these wins have been by 5.
Yeah. So all time, I can drill down on some numbers here for us to even go a little bit more into some detail here.
This is at Sweet Spot DFS, by the way.
Yeah, sweetspotdfs.com. Yeah. There will be a link for it in my on my channel and all my videos. You just click it and you can get into it.
I'll put it in mine at the end after this.
36% top 5. This is all time. There are no filters except for adding Scottie Scheffler in the majors. 36% top 5, 64% top 10, which is insane. 72% top 20, and missed cut 12%. So you're saying when the winning score is hard. So what do we want to say? Like 4 under or better, or 4 under or worse?
-9.
You want to just do -9 because -10 was his little. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go winning score -9 to whatever. He has a missed cut, but and a 41st, which was last year at what's that course in North Carolina again? Why can't I think of the name? The one Bryson won out of the bunker. Oh my God, Pinehurst.
Oh yes,
Pinehurst. So that was what the course that we all thought. I mean, maybe not me, but what most people thought just didn't fit Scottie's game because he just wasn't straight enough off the tee, and he was going to find a lot of those waste bunkers and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know, Byron. He's got 2 second place finishes: 2023 PGA, 2022 US Open. A couple. I mean, the rest of them are top 10s except for the cut in the 41st place.
Yeah. Okay. Pull up the results where it's been
Easier. Oh, I got to do this one first. So let's just do minus. I'm just going to do minus 50, although that's not a real number. To minus 10. Oh, it's counting 0. That's stupid.
Okay.
Why is this? Hold on. What is going on with my filter? Why are these numbers not being captured in the other stats? I'll have to figure that out some other time. I'm not going to waste our time here, but there's a
just an observation, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I got to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
The filtering isn't supposed to work that way. Okay.
But getting back to how difficult the US Open could be for Scottie.
Mm-hmm.
I can just pull us up again, yeah.
What's that?
Here we go. Just like how difficult the US Open could be in general. You know, with all these outliers, you know, the greatest of the guys, the guys with 4+ majors, only 17% of them. It's like 1 in 5, almost 1 in 6. It's whereas the others is like 1 in 3. So, and he's one of those now. So, but we did think he also would struggle at the Open Championship. That might be the one that he could never win.
Yeah, that's true. And then he just goes and just like plays Scottie Scheffler golf and just like ho hums in a pretty easy victory.
Yeah. So I will. We've learned our lesson. You can't underestimate this man, and he overcame the hurdle of like a child. Having a kid changes your life. Trust me. You don't get to do the stuff you once used to. So, and I know Scottie Scheffler is a great dad. We just know. I mean, again, like we know he's a great dad. I love Tiger. I can't say with as much certainty as I can with Scottie that Tiger was as great a dad as Scottie. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just think about what's happened in Tiger's
Yes,
life.
I agree.
The likelihood that Scottie Scheffler is bagging a bunch of pornos behind the scenes it's like slim to none. You know, it's like I think Caesars would have that at probably -150.
Oh, Byron, I'm so stupid. That tool that I was just showing, it's when the winning score is -50 to whatever, and I'm looking at Scottie's score when he was finishing 7th and whatever, or, you know, what his score was, thinking that my filter was wrong. My filter was right. I just was interpreting the data wrong. Yeah. So we could look back at that and show, you know, when the score is easier or whatever we were looking at. So yeah.
Do you want to?
Yeah, pull it back up because you had mentioned let's take a look of when it's like it's easier, because that's what our argument was. I showed you when it was tougher, he had 2 finishes that were outside of top 10. So when it's easier, these are his results. So yeah, I was looking at the score to par going, well, hold on, wait a minute. So he's got all of his wins, all of his major wins is what obviously, you know, we showed, but he does have a missed cut and then nothing worse than 27th place. So
yeah, no. Dude, like his major track record it's absurd.
It's kind of it's a mix and match. Also, he doesn't have any wins when it's harder scoring, like you had mentioned. But he also doesn't. He has the same amount of cuts when it's easy scoring versus hard. You know, but there's less tournaments that we can look at when it's harder scoring.
You know what? Shout out Ben Coley pointed out Scottie Scheffler has less miscuts in majors than Ludwig.
Wow. Scottie has more wins than he has missed cuts.
Yes. That is so good.
Yeah.
And he's 2 miscuts, I think. Yeah.
Oh, you want me to pull it up?
Are they the first 2 US Opens, I think.
2019 and 2022. I think that's what I remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was, and he actually gained strokes at one of them. That he
2019 and 2022 PGA Championship.
Yeah.
And you said he gained strokes?
I think he gained strokes at that US Open 2019.
Really?
Yeah. It was like he gained a fraction of a stroke or something, and it was just on the cut somehow. the way it worked out.
All right, we'll take a look down here. Oh, that's not the right date. Oh, I have a date filter. Go 2022. Wait. What year was it? 2019. 2019, right?
Yeah.
Or are we talking about the 2022 PGA Championship? I forgot.
No, the 2019 US Open over here.
He gained off the tee and tee to green.
I thought he gained strokes somewhere where he missed a cut. Okay, ignore me.
It would be difficult to gain strokes.
Well, by one stroke. That's what happened.
Yeah. That's, I was just going to say, when you see something like this, because everything gets adjusted based off of, whatever. So the people closer to the cut, this is going to be close to zero most of the time.
Yeah. So maybe this isn't the true strokes gained or something. Well, maybe whatever. I don't know.
These are the adjusted strokes gained stats. Maybe was this a easy golf course? Like
this just whatever. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is he barely missed the cut. Like as a guy that was young, like Ludwig's come onto the scene as a youngster, but an old youngster too.
Like a 23-year-old youngster. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas what was Scottie when he started winning tournaments around, or started?
Probably the same age, I think.
Probably after college. I don't know. Either way, I'm excited.
Yeah. I wanted to discuss this at some point in time. And I think like discussing it with somebody else, if I was on any other podcast, I'd still make the exact same, the same statement, the same declarative. Like, I think Scottie Scheffler, he had a better year last year than he did the year before with like strokes gained stats. And I don't even remember how many wins he had last year versus the year before. Was it 7 to 8 or 8 to 7? Yeah. But it's like, and last year he got off to a really slow start because of the wine stem, incident. What if he plays the American Express? Like he plays the American Express, he gets a little warm up round, he goes into the Waste Management Phoenix Open, which the underdog tool, I was using this and I was just going average finishes and just looking at Scottie or top 10 percentage. Like Scottie has a 66% top 10. He's got 4 top 10s at the WM Phoenix Open, which ties the Houston Open, the Masters. Okay. PGA Championship, he's got 5. But I was looking at this and I was like, of all non-majors, one of the best events for him, obviously to top 10, but this was his first event coming back from the wine stem thing. And so like, he was in, what was he? He made the turn and wasn't he like 11th place or something like that? And like there was a birdie putt that he could have had on 10 or 11. If he would have made it, he probably would have had enough momentum going into the, whatever to maybe push for a top 5, maybe a win. But either way, he slowed down and obviously it didn't happen. And he got 27th place or 21st place or something like that. He could add more wins. He maybe
the Players. He finished 23rd at the Players because he wasn't like himself yet.
Yeah.
I think when I was speaking about him last year on the shows, we were saying like, I'm not betting him top 5 until he gets back to his ball striking threshold. Like he was statistically, strokes gained wise, whether they're overrated or not, he wasn't reaching the same level that he was when he was winning golf tournaments.
Right.
And then he finally at the Masters
just clicked.
The Masters like kickstarted his all the jets, all the Masters were on after that,
Yeah, because the Houston wasn't that far after that, and that's where he shot 31, wasn't it? 31 under or CJ Cup. Oh yeah. CJ Cup. That's right. Okay. I don't have anything else to add other than this
is sick. Tell the people what's going on. Yeah, I haven't even seen.
I know you haven't seen it yet. I've been trying to get you into the site. I've been trying to get you to look at it.
Details. I just can't find it.
Here's the thing. I'm going to give you credit because I saw your Dog Dominator and I was like, I can put this on a Power BI. I know I can. And so I was trying to figure out a way that it could keep track of the golfers you you selected, and just see like different things that your dog Dominator shows. I just can't. I've seen other people's videos and I see how they did it, and I was like, oh, I bet you I could do that. It's basically kind of disconnecting filters from each other, and if you work in Power BI, like you know how to edit the interactions between each other. So, this right here, this was a lot of fun to create, Byron. Just looking at, there's some of it's a little load time intensive because there are live formulas that are in each of these. But basically what I did is I took your what did I take of yours? I took your rankings, first of all.
You're taking my time right now. Come on, Dobber.
I was trying to think, what did I actually do? But I took your rankings, and I took the idea of the golfers playing in 2026. So again, I'm giving you all the credit because I literally just scraped your.
What's you giving me the credit?
I scraped your spreadsheet to find the golfers that are playing this year. I didn't do any additional work whatsoever. I was just like, okay, Byron says these are the guys playing in 2026.
Yeah.
I'm just going with it. Like I'm not gonna fight tooth and nail. And what you projected is exactly what's in here. I would probably disagree with Chris Kirk. I think Chris Kirk will play in the PGA Championship. I don't even know when the last time you updated your sheet was.
I can assure you, Chris Kirk is not going to be playing if it was today.
Okay, yeah, if it wasn't today, but this is where I'm going to use my brain and say he's going to play well enough to get into the PGA.
Well, yes, these are projections. They're not speculative.
I know, right?
They are based off of certain facts. Like the ones that are yeses, there are very likely.
Yeah,
the PGA Championship is likely, but not certain.
And I'm not here to criticize. I literally, like I said, okay. So yeah, I took your information. I looked at the projected schedule, and basically all I did is I connected my database to the golfers that are projected to play in 2026, and then created live formulas to figure out everything else. So this is all data that's like, this is a whole table of data of where they're projected to play, and that's all that's kind of running off of. The rest of these are just live formulas of looking at their historical data, combining it or connecting it to the 2026 schedule, and just seeing based off of when they're projected to play. That's the big caveat here. I also have little info bubbles all over the place to describe everything on what to do and like whatever. So it will tell you that you're only seeing numbers for golfers, even if they've played the Farmers Insurance Open before, like Scottie has. You're not seeing Scottie Scheffler's numbers at the Farmers Insurance Open because he's not projected to play the Farmers Insurance Open.
Correct.
So I didn't want that clutter in here because all of these like things would all be filled up. And
that's really cool.
What difference does it make? So anyways, yeah, so this historical stats, average finishes, this is wonderful to see too. The thing I don't like is I can't sort by any of these columns, which is really annoying. And that's just how the matrix function works in Power BI. Like I can't get it to sort. Maybe I could download a different one.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to look at the American Express and only the American Express, I can just type that in and then I can sort from here top to bottom. So yeah, I can.
That's fun. Yeah.
So like that.
You know what? It's not the coolest part about this. So who cares? You know? The other stuff is really cool. You know that.
So if you want to select your golfers over here, how Power BI does this is you had to hold down the control and left click. So you can map out, obviously up here is everything that you have talked about. You know, you want to have as many golfers in this, in each of these events and each of these rounds show up. So you can
maybe figure out how to integrate this somehow.
Yeah, I can show you
going forward.
But yeah,
you want all the Masters, and there's a major one coming out. So
for you,
we can.
I don't think I might make something for the majors. I haven't decided yet.
You absolutely should.
So yeah, you could probably
same as this. All you got to do is just change the tournaments to the majors.
That's right.
Just take all the other tournaments out.
I know. You're right. I can do that. So
because that's all we need.
yeah. So anyways, if you guys want to, I mean, you can plan out your lineups just by selecting golfers this way. You can also select golfers through the search here. You know, like if your golfers are coming up and you wanted to see whomever. This is all in order by ADP, by the way. So whatever drop down you're looking at is all by ADP, which was from like a week or two ago. So obviously that's changed.
Yep, I'll have that updated tomorrow, by the way, people.
Yeah, you can forecast basically your lineups whenever you're drafting. You can have this side by side with your lineups. Obviously, go use Byron's tool because his is going to be more polished than this. But I just wanted to create something to see if I could do it, first of all.
It's amazing. It's sick.
And then secondly, it's like, well, if anybody is a member at sweetspotdfs.com, this is available to you guys. Available. So
yeah.
Anyways.
No, it's really cool, dude. It looks awesome.
You want to know something funny? I had a performance review Friday for my job.
Yeah.
And one of my goals was to it was like create 3 reports for Power BI and a data modeling something. Just I kept it somewhat simple. I've already been working on this for a while and I have added new tools and whatever. I showed this to my manager. She goes, "Holy crap. Why haven't you showed me this before?" And I'm like, "I've tried. You just don't have the time to ever look at it,
Did you show her like your golf stuff?
Yeah, dude, I showed her everything and she goes, "This is amazing. Why we need to get this in front of our team." And I'm like, "Okay, that sure."
No. You are so much more fluent in Power BI. I've spent so much more time doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And I've become a little illiterate in Power BI. Not joking. Like my database is kind of scrambled right now, apart from like the betting tool, which is pretty fun. Can we pull that up?
Your betting tool? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we can transition into the Sony a little bit.
Yes.
I think.
I mean, I think I covered a lot of the agenda items that I wanted to.
Yeah. This is the Sony now. So over at in the Model Maniac Discord, if you're a Model Maniac Patreon subscriber, and if you still want to use the Dog Dominator to draft, but you're not in the mood to pay for it, you just become an annual subscriber, and then you can get it for free. You can use it this week until the Sony kicks off. There's still people drafting. The contest isn't nearly full yet. It will fill up. I promise you. We thought it wasn't going to fill up last year. It is going to. So we've got that out there for you. You get it for free if you're an annual sub, and you get 2 months free as well. I just dropped the Sony micro model in there. No surprise, my guy, who I think is very underrated, JJ Spawn, is number 1, and is doing it without the putter. It's all the ball striking, which I love. So we got Russell Henley, number 2, blah, de, blah. So, and I'm going to be doing some work with Darbo to get these strokes gained off the tee numbers even more fine-tuned, to like have them perfectly calibrated for strokes gained, based off of the percentages and things like that. So I just wanted to show you guys that. But going to the betting side of things, Darbo, I know you don't do much betting, so let's.
I would if I could.
Ask some questions about betting and things like that you think of as we go through this.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question right off the bat. Because I've kind of been getting into it, and it kind of comes like this kind of goes hand in hand with strokes gained stats, like my argument with Chat GPT. Is kind of the main goal is to find discrepancies between a golfer's odds versus their expected result, if that's the right term.
That's called an edge or value.
Okay. But your edge could be different than another person's edge, right? You might value a golfer differently than. Okay.
But how you arrive at that value needs to be a consistent methodology.
Okay.
Like you can't just like it's like 75% chance he finishes like, you got to have a bit more analytics to it. And how you can see is based off of a golfer's repeated success in a market. This is Nick Taylor in 6 5 Sonys he's played there. He has cashed 4 of the last 5.
Wow.
And at odds that are reflective of only having cashed 1.
Those aren't bad
You know,
odds.
one of 5, 1 of 3, you know, like, so I don't know what his odds are going to be this year. Obviously he won it. So there's no surprise. Like, he's the leading top 20 guy at the Sony in the last 6 years, betting wise. Is the best value bet that you could have made. Betting to win $100 every single time in every market. You can see here, you would have bet $29 in 2020 and you would have lost it. But you would have got every other bet that you placed back and won your $100 for 4 of the other ones, which is the best one there is. You know, Keegan Bradley has played you a couple more times and had 2 non-top 20s, but all the guys at the top of the leaderboard, Keegan, Russell Henley, Nick Taylor, they're all going to be up there. So he has Nico Echeverria as well. He's got 2 top 20s in his last 3 profitable, you know. So you can see that kind of stuff using this tool. So I thought I'd just pop that out there. Chris Kirk's interesting, you know, because I don't know if he's like, what is he bringing to the table right now? And of course, that
What does his top 40 market look like? Do you have a top 40? No.
I don't have access to the data. I get this from Data Golf. So
Okay.
they don't have the top 40 numbers for me. I should ask them.
It's where I get all my data too, by the way. If anyone's ever asking the validity of my data, it comes from Data Golf.
and they're amazing.
Yes.
You know, it's cheap to get the raw data that we get from them. They make it so accessible. And shout out to them. They provided me with for the micro model. I have the information that goes into the top of this. So to generate how far this drive goes, JJ Spahn is not going to hit every single drive 319 yards. Okay, his average drive is like 8 yards more than average, kind of thing. So on this hole, the actual driving distance at Sony is 311 yards.
That's the average for everybody or just JJ?
It's just the average for the field.
Okay.
So then it takes this number.
Hold on, time out. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just the field that currently is expected to play, or are we talking about all fields? Okay.
For the last 5 years, or whatever, at this tournament, it doesn't seem right to me that it's 311, but I can't remember the first hole at Hawaii because we never get to see it.
I always remember 10. I always remember hole 10.
That's like the drivable.
Yes.
Ish. Yeah, it's like the drivable. That's what I thought hole 1 was.
I was going to use that as an example in my nuances of source gain stats because of where the pin locations tend to be on that hole. But go on.
Yeah. But yes, basically, we're not going to get stuck there. Like Russell Henley, you're not going to see him hitting a 313-yard drive very often. You know, like the rest of his other drives are going to be going normal. But you can see, okay, how far some drives go on these holes. Then the next 2 holes are hitting irons. People are hitting like hybrids and irons off on 2 and 3. You know, they're not very driver-friendly holes. They're tight with water. So I'm not just using an average driver distance on that hole for that golfer. I actually have the actual yardage that they should be hitting it on that hole. You know, so it's a micro model, and I've tried to go as microscopic as possible, like to adjust to the nuances of the courses. So shout out to Data Golf who gave me these numbers over here. Look at the fairway percentages on these holes though, 80% fairway rate. So you're not going to be using a lot of strokes gained out the rough on approach because they're going to be hitting out of the fairway 82% of the time for JJ Spahn. You know, he's projected to be in the fairway 4 out of 5 times. So fairway approach numbers need to be in effect for him 4 out of 5 times. So it weights it that way for approach. And then it gives you a green regulation rate based off of that. And then you can see at this golf course, how many times are people hitting this green at this golf course at the Sony Open? 72% of the time. So based off of that, JJ is actually pretty solid. He gets 74% of the time. So you're going to use now strokes gained putting 3 out of the 4 times for that hole. Rinse and repeat for the next. So it's like micro diving into what you can expect on every single shot, which I'm sure you can see absolute flaws in, but I think it's pretty cool.
I'm sorry. I've been told that your audio levels are very low on my stream. So
Oh no.
not your fault, dude. It's not your fault. It's how I'm displaying audio through my studio. So it's my bad. And I just
I'm assuming my people can hear me fine.
Oh yeah, no. I think
Okay.
and they can hear me fine too. It's just that
Cool.
I had how audio's coming to me through the sound mixer that I have. It dilutes it because when I listen to music while I'm streaming, I don't want that to drown out everybody, but I also want to listen to it myself. So
Okay.
anyways, my bad. I'm so sorry.
No.
I like your micro
Sony
model a lot. I want to ask you a question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but do you manually enter this data in every single week for the new tournament, or can you just hit like a drop down of the tournament and then the data populates?
Which data?
The each hole by hole data.
This stuff.
Because I don't see formulas in there.
At the top?
Are there formulas at the top?
No, there's no formulas at the top, but the formulas are in.
That makes sense to me. I see holes 1 through 18 with what, seven rows of data under each of them, and I don't see formulas in any of them. So I feel like that has to be either copy and pasted or manually entered.
Yeah, I don't want everyone else to have all the stuff that goes in. Yeah.
No. And I agree. I'm giving you props for putting in the manual effort. That's kind of what the whole purpose of.
It's in my personal file where all the information's been manipulated. I just copy it and then paste it straight in.
Beautiful.
1 or 2 clicks. It's not like I'm typing it all in.
I'm happy to hear that.
Trust me, bro. It would be model maniac malpractice to be doing that.
I'm just thinking you're behind the keyboard just going
no, I don't have the attention span to do that.
I know you don't. That's yeah.
And at some point I might just have it hooked up. This is the most recent edition of it. So it's the most inefficient version. It will get cleaned up as we go.
I think it's great. I just like when I see this stuff, I personally kind of have like a sympathy for whoever's doing it because I know the work that goes into initiating it, and then there obviously has to be copy and paste every single week. So you got to remember a lot of shit to do. So I'm just going to say like all of it. This is so much more impressive than the spreadsheeting that I've ever done. And I got off the spreadsheeting thing because I can't stand spreadsheeting. So I give you more props to continuing on with the spreadsheeting.
While we speak about the next topic, we're just going to be going. Okay. Here is what the micro model for. Also, I need Data Golf to update their stuff. I use their query tool to populate this. It saves me a lot of time. Okay. Because I get the information from them and then it goes in. Yeah. So I've copy pasted some tournaments where I could find most recent data and like jankily put it together. So there's some people that don't have data. Okay. This is the rough version on a Sunday. That's the next update. I need to have it so I can use my own data for this, but is what it is. This is what the rankings show out for the top couple guys. So you can see what's going on. And it apparently you don't need to be the most accurate driver of the golf ball to make the top of the model. So maybe I might have to adjust some stuff. We shall see. But I want to focus in on column O, Darbo.
Yep.
Where you were mentioning you don't trust. Did we finish the conversation about
24 to 36 hole rounds?
Yeah. Like how I use strokes gained more recently now.
I'm not sure if you. Oh, I don't think so. No, not the more recently.
Because I mentioned that I was using 2 and 1 year data, sets.
Yep.
And then I could see watching a person pop up in other people's 24 round models, and then he would win, because golfers get hot. This if you can't say that and you don't believe that, and they don't show up on short-term data, you're lying to yourself. You can see it. You can see the trend. There's some majors you need good form coming into majors to succeed. Some you don't. Whatever. Like you can see that you have to be in good control of your golf ball. You have to be getting good results, finishing inside the top 20, whatever. But what I've done here is use like, okay, the baseline for my metrics is the last 6 months. Then the last 4 months, the last 3 months, and the last 2 months. I'm adding that into the pie each time, and it's prorating the amount of rounds. So it's adding all the rounds that take place and then just prorating it. But I'm layering in less and less
Mhm.
old rounds as I
Yeah.
go to kind of give me like a graduated weighted strokes gain. So it includes the most recent rounds all 4 times, and then at least it's got some decent track record backwards, to give you a baseline.
I've heard you talk about this before. You did you start this last year? I can't remember when you started it.
More recently,
Okay.
because
You used to double count things. I don't remember exactly what it was for, but I would agree with you that double counting things, in my opinion, is the right way to go about it. Although there are some people that would kind of advocate not doing that.
yeah,
But I agree. I think you should do it. Yeah.
it you have the most recent rounds in there the most often, but they're not overweighting anything because you've also got several other rounds, layered in there. So these are the guys. Anyone popping up here that you like? Don't think so.
Do you? Okay, so you have this ranked by your micro model rank.
Yeah, here's the top. I'll put the top. Is the top 20 minus 20. Yeah.
Okay. Um.
Colin all the way down in 19
Okay, that is surprising now that I think that. And
because
honestly,
it's the putting and chipping, man.
I almost would say there's a part of me, especially going into this new year, that I need to have a different perspective on golfers, and I think Colin Morikawa will get back to his elite form. So seeing him down there makes sense because of how terrible he has been playing.
Yeah. But if you take these names away,
yeah,
if you looked at this guy's profile and say, "Oh, this is Luke List," no wonder he's over there.
if I didn't know the field, and I honestly I haven't really researched the field that much as of up until now, so really I couldn't tell you the golfers and their price tags, but I'd actually be. Oh yeah, okay. So ask me the question you want me to answer. Like I think you said, are there any golfers here that kind of are like,
Yeah.
Jake Knapp.
like,
Jake Knapp is the only guy that's up there that I'm surprised to see up there. To be honest with you, like if I'm just looking at it like a zoomed out level, it's like each one of those golfers seems to be a good fit for the Sony. But I don't know how Jake Knapp is up there.
Well, think about it, dude. He's like he's got, did he shoot a 59 or a 60?
Yeah, he was close. I think he was close or he did.
Cognizant?
One of the two. No, I think he either did or he shot a 60.
So, like, that's not, I think the Cognizant, PGA National and Waialae are like identical kind of venues.
Is that where he shot his 59?
Around the Cognizant.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, he hits a lot of fairways with those like mini drivers, like a 3-wood. He just hits those little laser beams.
Okay.
Yeah, he's solid. He's solid. I think he's going to be good.
You're right. He did shoot a 59 at the Cognizant.
Yeah. He goes nuclear.
Round one.
Yeah. There's no shock there. Rika Hoey is exciting to me because out of everything, I'm bullish on him so much that I think what changes more is that he loses less strokes. So he gains more strokes chipping and putting compared to last year, then he does lose ball striking than he did the year before. You know what I'm saying? Like he regresses positively in the chipping and putting range, and regresses less backwards than his chipping and putting improves. So
I'm
I
sorry,
think his game gets even better.
which golfer are we talking about? Kurt
Rico Hoey.
Kitayama. Okay, yeah.
Rico Hoey.
Oh,
like,
Rico
with the
Hoey. I'm
broomstick-
sorry.
With the broomstick now, I think they are like nightmarishly bad
yes.
putting performances out there.
I think we
to
can
going
largely ignore his putting, like how bad he has been at putting. Is this year-long data that you have for strokes gained putting? Yeah.
No. The putting data in here is the last 6, 4, 3, 2
Oh,
months.
I thought he had some good putting rounds in there.
He has in the last 3 and 2 months. Like, dude, he would be way down the board
Okay.
if it wasn't more recent. If this was more long term, Rico's like in the hundreds.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I would agree with you. The chipping thing, that like I mentioned this in the nuances of stroking stats. He might not even have chips and lose strokes on chipping. So I don't really care too much about that. The ball striking is where it's at. Off the tee really is where it's at. Off the tee is going to be the best measurement of success, in my opinion, over any of the other stats. And I think his putting will get better, like you said. So Rico at 81, I feel like no, I like him. Let's put it that way. I like him. I also think he's going to be really high owned when it comes to DFS.
What is your take on JJ Spawn?
I think JJ's a loser still. Like, he won a US Open in just, torrential, like, whatever. There's a bit of luck that comes with that. I think you had said this, and I agree with you, and this is kind of counterdicts what I just said, is he figured out the diabetic thing. He figured that out, and that was a big plague to his
consistency, man.
Yeah, just his performances overall.
Yeah.
And then once he figured it out, like, he had really good performances at Valero. Like, I was looking at his data for Underdog, and I'm kind of a hater of JJ Spawn, and I'm trying to, like, make the argument against myself, like, JJ isn't as bad as you think he is. I just, when someone talks about how their confidence got shook, and, like, he just doesn't, I don't know. He just seems like one of those nice guys finish last type of dudes. And, like, I just don't.
Open champ. It's like, that's something you can't.
But Brian Harmon is also the Open champ from last year, and I still think he's a little bitch too. Like, I don't, like, lightning can strike for anybody, and I think JJ is going to have a negative year, like, compared to this year. It's going to go backwards. I think last year was like, he played tremendously well last year. I can be proven wrong. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
To me, it's just, look at what's doing it, man. Like, you've stated. Do you not agree though that, would you say ball striking, if you clump off the tee and approach together, is a way more accurate measure of a good golfer versus just saying off the tee or just off of approach? Because they could be doing way worse or way better in the other one, but together it's hard to kind of cheat the system.
Correct.
Right? As a combined metric.
In that video that you watched earlier today of me saying strokes gained stats are overrated, I had mentioned when approach is positive and off the tee is positive, that is so much more impressive.
So then how can you dislike JJ Spawn? Look at it. It's just telling you.
I know, but this is where I'm going to put my hat on that does not like strokes gained stats. This guy could have hit 3 more fairways around and had his positive off the tee. He isn't a positive off the tee career golfer, I don't think. Or if he is, it's like pretty close to 0. And his approach is where he's the most consistent with. Like, he's been known as a good approach golfer.
Well, for the first time ever in a while, he gained off the tee in distance because
Okay.
he's healthy again. Like, look, he went. Look at how he's got stronger. He's literally got
I
stronger.
mean, he's positive off the tee
You
from
can
these
see how
stats.
his distance has got better and better and better. Now he's gaining distance off the tee, and when you're a better off the tee player, you're a better iron player, and he's always been a good iron player, and it's got better as he's got stronger.
Look at his DG points, his cumulative. It goes
Yeah,
from basically like averaging 14
just a mushroom.
to 68.6. And that's what I'm saying is he's not that golfer. He's not Scottie
Okay.
Scheffler, like
Where did I say this? Context matters.
Yes.
When you agreed earlier.
Context
when there's
does
been
matter.
a gap in something, or when something evident happens and the data changes significantly, you can attribute his change in health to, like
I don't disagree. I mean, he figured that shit out back in 2023. Like he won the Valero, and it was that year he won the Valero where he attributed to figuring out. I'm looking it up too. Where did he win?
Yeah, 2022.
2022 is when he figured it out. So he's had 3 years, or 2 years after figuring it out, and had a really good. What's that? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Disrespect, yeah.
So he figured it out at the Valero in 2022. So he had 2022, all of 2022, all of 2023, all of 2024. And from your data golf page that you had up, it's like he didn't perform well then or that year after. He had a spike year. Like he had, I'm not even going to take that away from him. And your context, you know what, Byron, I'm going to just choose a wait and see approach. I'm not going to get too excited by JJ's, his finishes last year. I don't see him as a high caliber golfer, despite how good his 2025 was. I expect regression closer to what he was before.
I can see it. There's an out. I would not be shocked if he regresses. So I wouldn't be shocked if he also keeps on balling out. I wouldn't say it's an absolute certainty. It goes the either or.
His career numbers versus his 2025 numbers are just insane. His 2025 numbers are amazing. So crazy. And this is my pessimism. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I'll be real with you, Byron. You make a great case. I just feel like my golfer eyeballs are telling me that he's not as good as advertised in 2025.
Oh, dude. His last finish is a T4. His first finish of the year was a T3 at the Sony. Like he's now connected the two magnets together. His last two finishes that are touching calendar-wise are top fours. So the Euro, he finished T4, and to end the year, he was top 10ing like everything, top 25ing.
Yeah, I mean, he almost won the Players, so he had a crazy year,
and he almost won the FedEx St. Jude as well. He would have had like 3 massive wins if it weren't for Justin Rose and Rory McIlroy.
Yeah,
dude, and Ben Griffin. Do you want to chat about Ben Griffin, Darbo?
Oh yeah, do you have negative things to say about Ben Griffin?
No, I've got positive.
Okay, because I'm a fan of Ben Griffin. I think Ben
Griffin would have had more wins than Scottie Scheffler if Scottie Scheffler didn't play the 2 tournaments that Ben Griffin
That's
played
right.
in.
That's right. Well, I always said this on my podcast. Ben Griffin is the hottest golfer not named Scottie Scheffler. Or no, he was the best golfer not named Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah.
And that's me putting Ben Griffin into Scottie Scheffler's atmosphere, or close to. If it isn't for Scottie, then yeah, Ben would have been more successful if it wasn't for Scottie, but also Ben was very successful because, to me, he's a more consistent golfer than JJ Spawn.
Yeah. So I will answer and say that the person that I'm concerned about the micro model kicking out is Ben Griffin.
Oh, okay. Look at us.
He's
Are we
only
gonna have a
10.
little beer bet here, bud?
No. I love Ben Griffin. I'm just saying my issue. Remember, I asked you who I disagree with. Who you disagree with on the model
Yeah.
was Colin or whatever. I disagree with the model as Ben Griffin being 10. I don't think that Jake Knapp or Gary Woodland or Maverick McNeely, to be honest, should be ahead of him. I can see Hideki, I can see Henley, I can see Spahn and Bradley even, but he needed to be higher. Top 5 for sure.
Oh, okay. I got you. So in the pause, okay. I kind of read your, and this is probably just my own personality. I read what you had said
like 20th
in a pessimistic way. Yes.
No. I have Ben Griffin winning the US Open at 60-1.
Ooh.
Because remember, we were talking about how volatile the US Open is for Scottie to win.
Yeah.
Anyone that's finished inside the top 10 of a major before can win the US Open. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think you just have to have won a couple times maybe before. Not everyone wins the US Open for their first time ever. Ben Griffin's won a lot of golf tournaments. And he had two top 10 finishes last year.
I think, yeah. And I don't like Ben Griffin's swing. That like he's got his chin up like and he's like he pulls his head, you know, whatever. Like it's a goofy looking golf swing, but it is like my buddy that his name's Tyler. I'll just call him Tyler from up north. Tyler always calls me and goes, "Who the hell is this Ben Griffin guy? That little nerd." And he like calls him he's like a little bitch. Like, how is he even winning these tournaments? Why is he even as good as he is? It's like, okay, I see the same thing you see. It's a little nerdy dude that's playing golf. You know, he thinks he hits the ball short, and Ben Griffin doesn't hit the ball short. Like Ben Griffin has pretty good distance on him. And it's like, you think he's short because he looks like a little weakling, but he's not a short ball hitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's good. Ben Griffin is good. He's good at golf.
Yeah, he is.
And before he tried to do his accounting, or before he basically gave up on golf, he almost had won the RSM Classic, wasn't it?
It was Butterfield.
Oh yeah, it was a fall swing event, but he almost won one of those events, and it's like
he laid up into the water.
It was called Bermuda Benny, wasn't he, for a while? Yeah.
And the par 5, he hit it in the water off the tee with like an iron. He just juiced it into the water somehow. Like, he didn't hit a bad shot. He just like miscalculated. So he would have been a bad accountant. I'm glad he stayed playing golf.
Yeah. Also, Bermuda Benny used to be Ben Martin for the longest time until Ben Griffin came along and was a little bit better at golf. Okay.
So who's gonna win this tournament, Darbo?
You know, and I thought about this. I've been kind of thinking about building new tools and updating my cheat sheet just to try to figure out, because I really don't want to do spreadsheets anymore. So I haven't put any of the bucket system stuff together, and I use that pretty heavily to try to figure out who's gonna win. And really, I just kind of, this is in the bucket system. I was trying to look at golfers 9,000 and above. By the way, $8,000 golfers and $7,000 golfers have performed better than any other price point. Price is just a baked in number that comes with, it's a ranking. It's a power ranking. So I just wanted to see.
It's odds.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, everything is baked into these numbers. Strokes gained stats, course history, recent form, all that stuff. So I'm trying to think, like, who do I want to anchor my lineups around? And then who are some 8K golfers that I really like? And so I guess to answer your question,
oh boy,
I really like Hideki Matsuyama. I have no idea what the odds are for him, but I think he's priced all right. Let me double check.
He's 20.
Yeah, $9,700. Like, sign me up.
Yeah.
This is the time of the year where he's hot, and he's won this tournament before. $9,700 just seems too cheap. All these prices seem so cheap. And I look at everything through a DFS lens, so I apologize about that.
No. I was going odds. Let's look at DFS. That's totally. Why would I be looking at odds with you on here? Let's look at the DFS.
We
know what I'm
could,
saying?
though. Yeah.
I'm being an idiot. So, yeah, the reason why I like JJ as well is because he just gets disrespected.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, like, sure, I think this is the first tier of golfers here, minus Colin Morikawa.
I don't
that are like,
yeah.
If you put them in any order, no one could really be that mad with you.
I agree.
You know,
and
I include JJ in that group.
Yeah.
But I don't think he should be the bottom of it.
I'm also kind of eating all the hype of Robert McIntyre. Everybody talking about how good or like what Bobby Mack wants to do this year, and like I'm kind of feeding into it. Like I'm taking in all the hype, and it's affecting how I think about Bobby Mack.
He is he's in 1/4 of my best ball teams, which is you get 1 in 6 chances to pick someone basically in the first round. So you get a 16% chance, you know. I got 15% Scottie Scheffler. So I'm negative EV on Scottie. But it is what it is. I did get in $150 entry, 3 of them for the Mayo Classic. Yeah. So I didn't full
Wait,
disclosure.
You got 3 Scottie lineups?
No.
Okay.
I'm not in the scrambles. I never managed to get all my lineups in there. What budget I had reserved for that, I went in on the bigger contests because I needed my Waffle House experience didn't go as according to plan. I fell behind the 8 ball quick.
Okay.
So I ran out of power. I only got like four drafts off.
Oh, that sucks,
my laptop
dude.
died, and they stopped serving me coffee. I almost threw up. In the Waffle House.
Because you were sick?
No, I'm just sitting there minding my own business. Some other guy comes and sits between me and another guy, and he must have the worst dental hygiene I've ever.
I hate that, dude.
Dude. And I had to sit. I was like, I dry heaved. Like I was trying to speak to him, and I just kept smelling it, and I just like dry heaved.
That's disgusting.
Dry heaved, and I had to like lean back and hold the coffee like in front of my mouth, like to like barrier the smell, and just smell the coffee, and hopefully it dilutes it. And it was just horrible. Then I was at Starbucks. Life was good, and that's where I got one of my 3 lineups was a Scottie Scheffler lineup. The other 2 were Ben Griffin lineups.
That's really. Are you excited about that or no?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would have gone with that as being my best alternative because I got the 1 pick, the 2 pick, and the 2 pick in $450 worth of contest. You know,
that's great. Yeah,
I'm so pumped. Because
I've done 3 drafts. I kind of want to show you my drafts at some point in time. We don't have to do it right now.
Do you want to do one, dude? Let's rip a draft.
We can do one. Yeah, I have it up.
My channel is a best ball channel, so this would be perfect.
I have it up. I am a low stakes player, Byron, so I am going to enter
the Dog Dominator as well. I'll pull up.
Yeah, you pull up the Dog Dominator on your side, and then I'm going to use my tool on my side. Okay, I will let you know. Can I split this? I wonder. That and this, but I want this to be actually skinnier.
Oh, of course you're using yours. Yes.
Just to show people, oh, we're filled and we're drafting. Holy shit.
There we go. Off we go. Good luck.
And, damn it, I got sick. Dude, this happens to me a lot. We're
going to do a couple drafts, David.
Oh, we're in with Bryson. He's a fan of both of our channels. Bryson Anderson.
Oh, yes, he is. And I've seen him in a couple of ours.
The Nutty Squid
I'm gonna go get a couple more bottles of water. My mouth is parched.
All right, buddy. Wheels up and BG Little Neck. What's going on, guys? BG, are you still in the chat? Wheels up says much better. Yeah, how bad was Byron's audio before? And that's my fault, by the way. Totally my fault. We are number 6. So ADP, is my ADP off a little bit? Yeah, Scheffler, Griffin, Burns, those are all still the same. Xander has dropped. Siwoo, Bobby Mack now is up higher. Where's Bobby Mack on mine? 20th? Yeah, I probably should update this.
Yeah. I was taking Bobby Mack 3rd.
You know, okay, so I want to talk a little strategy here because I saw that, I forget who it was, Ryan Pohl or maybe that you were talking to. I'm a big fan of Matty Schmid, and I think that guy is going to have a pretty good year this year. I just don't know where he's going to get his win, because I do think he's going to get a win. I think he might get it at
hey, tell me what you're doing here at the turn. We can start talking about him later.
We're gonna
we'll draft Matty Schmid.
I think I'm gonna do Siwoo if he comes to me, and Sung Jae. I want Sung Jae, and I like Jordan Spieth too. I hate the spot I'm at. Who should I go with? Okay, we're gonna go Siwoo. How do you feel about Siwoo?
I would take JJ Spawn if you haven't drafted too much.
I haven't. So okay, we'll go JJ. And who's my next?
Cam Young or Sepp Straka. Get someone that's got some high upside.
Cam Young does do some good stuff for me. Does Sepp too? Okay, Cam Young actually hits more numbers for me.
Let's go.
Okay, so we got Cam and JJ in there. I have 0 JJ. So this is going to be good for diversifying my portfolio.
JJ is playing the Sony.
That's right.
Like, why?
In a way, I should have. Maybe I should have grabbed another guy that's playing the Sony, right?
Yeah. Like, no, I mean, Cam will play other. Maybe Cam plays the Amex and JJ doesn't, or Cam plays the waste management well. You know, like.
Yeah, I could see Cam winning the waste management.
Based off my schedule, we have got every start covered between the two of them, apart from the Cognizant.
Okay.
If you go JJ Cam, one of them plays in one of the first 6 tournaments. We've got 3 2s where they're playing in the same tournaments. So 3 tournaments they're playing together.
Okay. Just so everyone knows, you can change these filters here and do your research while the drafts are happening, just to see. I really wanted to see what event that I need and that I want to.
You're up.
Okay. I'm going with Hideki because I've got 0. I got 0 Hideki.
Yeah, you can take your guys. Get your guys.
I want Hideki, and now I don't really know because Michael Brennan's in 100% of my lineups, and I don't know if I want that much Brennan. I don't have any Nick Taylor. Should I pick Nick Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have 0 Nick Taylor.
You have
What's that?
I also have a lot of Corey Connors because he actually is sneaky good at Valero, Masters, RBC, Sony.
Okay.
Corey Connors is at the Sony.
I'm lacking Canadian. Round 2 and round 3.
Yeah, usually you see like the little holes on is like in column 4 all the time, eh?
Oh yeah, round 3.
Yeah,
round 3 and round
That's
4.
Always the same ones.
Which tournament is that?
It's the John Deere and the CJ Cup.
Okay.
And sometimes the Houston.
Oh, I should have kept this.
Okay, JJ Spawn, Cameron Young,
Hideki Matsuyama, and Nick Taylor.
Yep. Who are you going with next?
Razorman, I think.
If he doesn't go to Live, he's a great option, but he's not in the Sony field.
Nico's been fall. It looks like Nico falls. I do like Thorbjornsson as well.
Nico. Thorbjornsson is not. Thor is not in the Sony. Nico is.
Nico just got taken.
Oh God. Is
Kind of want
Henley
Novak.
there and Matt Fitzpatrick?
Okay, I'll go with Matt Fitzpatrick. I can
Okay.
dig that.
And Henley, take Henley.
Is he here? Where is? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, those are good picks. I got no issue with that.
Okay, so now we need to go non-signature guys.
Non-signature.
Because we've got like zero. Maybe Fitz play. Maybe Henley plays the cog.
Yeah,
Then
I
we get
really
one cog, but
I really need to update my ADP because it's the only way that I can find the golfers pretty quickly. And since they're all different now, I have no idea where Matt Fitzpatrick is. Oh, there he
he'd
is.
probably be way
Found
further
him.
down.
Yeah, I found
he's
him.
moved up a lot lately.
So I'm still like struggling with round 4 and even like round 3 event 4 as well as
yeah,
event 2 and event 3.
yeah. So it
Razorman
is
would have got me
suggesting-
that.
Mm-hmm. So now it's like Adam Scott, Johnny Kiefer, Keith Mitchell, Matt McCarty, Kevin Yu, those kind of names.
What about Sahith? Should I reach for Sahith?
Sahith, he's the same kind of person. He'll fill up all those buckets.
Do we really think Razorman's going to go to live?
I don't, but
I'm a slut for Razorman.
But it's concerning that he's not at the Sony.
Yeah, he just got
So I
taken.
didn't-
So that
yeah,
kind
take him.
of. No, he already
Take
got taken.
Oh,
I also
okay.
like Chris Gotterup.
If Billy Horschel's available, take Billy Horschel.
Can I actually? Oh, he's right here.
Yeah, take him. And
All right.
Christopher Wrighton. Take both of them.
You think Wrighton already?
He's at the Sony, dude.
Kinda
He's
like-
serious.
I know,
He's
but
serious. You're at the turn. You're not going to get him coming back to you. I promise.
all right. I do need to get some work here for round 2 and 3. Actually, no. I need. I haven't even updated my names. Hold on.
Wrighton does that for you.
Billy Ho, and I have no idea where Wrighton is. Christopher Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we still need more round 2 guys. It looks like.
But maybe Wrighton gets too good. I don't know. We got to now go really like certain guys are going to not succeed that much.
I do like Max Homa, by the way. I think Max Homa gets another win this year.
Yeah.
He might even get 2 wins. I bet you Max Homa wins the Farmers. I'm picking Max Homa with my next pick.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
I'm going to go with him. Who should be after him? Sahith? That would be sick. You know what? I'm cool with that. Do you not like it?
Yeah. I have a decent, way more than I should Max Homa.
I have 0 Kurt Kitayama. Should I get Kurt?
No, you need non-signature guys.
So Sahith?
Yes. Yes.
This is a far different line. Okay, here's okay. How many picks do I have left? That was pick 10, so I've got 2 more picks or 1 more pick? 2 more picks, right? That was round 10. There's 12 rounds for drafts,
Yeah.
right?
12.
Okay, so this is where I think this is what will separate, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is what will separate winners from like the people that win the whole thing are these last 2 picks.
Yeah.
That's why I like Matty Schmid quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think Pearson Coody got taken, right?
Yeah.
I love Pearson Coody even before Pat Mayo started talking about him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I like Neil Shipley a lot as well.
Ooh. Oh, Pearson Coody's. Shh.
Yeah.
Shh,
And
shh.
Neil. Dude, you can go Neil and Pearson.
Don't talk about Pearson Coody.
And Adam Scott. Adam Scott is basically those guys as well.
You think Adam Scott's going to do anything?
He's at the Sony already. He's not playing in Dubai. He knows what's at stake this season, dude. Like, he's at the Sony. I think he's going to play a lot.
He just got
He's not-
taken. He just got taken. So I'm
So-
going to run this clock down a little bit. Pick Pearson Coody. I'll put him in my
Start him.
queue.
Yeah, start him good.
And then who else? Are we going with Adam Scott? Oh no, he just got taken. He just got taken.
Lee. Hao
Oh
Tong
my
Lee.
God, I can't do Hao Tong Lee.
Hao Tong Lee's at the Sony as well. He's in all 4 majors because of his Open Championship last year.
Okay.
So that's
All
a
right,
good
man.
sell.
I'll diversify it this way because I don't think a lot of people are going to be picking Hao Tong Lee.
I've taken a lot of Hao Tong Lee, trust me.
All right. So I wasn't showcasing this that well because I was talking mostly to you getting your.
I'm
your...
sorry.
No. I wanted that.
I wanted your lineup to have a chance to like.
I need to update my ADP, and I apologize for people watching, seeing me struggle to find golfers on here. There's Max Homa. Obviously, his ADP was better, but I just want to see. What's up, bud?
This is a 20-second draft, dude. It goes by so fast. Like, let's rip a couple more. Do you have time?
Sure.
Let's go. I'm done drafting, so I want to live a couple through you.
Okay. We'll enter another one.
Yeah. Because
I want the number 1 pick. I have 0 Scottie Scheffler lineups.
Let's make a pact that we're not gonna go we're not gonna log off until we get the Scottie draft.
I don't know if I have that much funds, but yeah, we can go until my funds.
How much do you have?
Well, I had 59 before the last draft. I should only have 49, so I have no idea how that number didn't go down unless I had a free play or something. There we go. Pick 6 again. Jesus Christ.
God damn.
So this is what it looks like.
Chat, who won between the Chargers and Hao Tong? Hao Tong, baby. Let's go. Death taxes and having no cognizant golfers. Yes. FK Coolers, you know the deal.
Which event is cognizant?
Event 7.
In round 1?
Yeah, and if you recall what we were trying to do in the last draft, you kept trying to click names that aren't going to be playing that tournament.
Yeah,
which are the good golfers. That's your inclination, is to click the better golfers that will not be playing the cognizant, and then you don't have 6 guys playing there.
You know what though? I'm just gonna draft the best lineup that doesn't need a cognizant start. That's how it's gonna happen.
Okay. I like that narrative. I wouldn't draft every single 150 drafts like that.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'm totally cool with that kind of. Do you want to just draft a full signature event team?
Maybe. Yeah, help me out with it, because I honestly haven't done a lot of research. I've used this tool once I built it. That's my 3rd draft that I did, is after I built the tool. So I'd done 2 just to get my feet wet, and then I used the tool once, and you just gave me the 4th one. This is now my 5th one.
Okay. So go Cam Young and Tommy. Cam Young and Xander.
And I don't mind Xander. I like Xander. I also think Xander's going to get a win this year as well. I actually think Xander's going to win the American Express.
I'm going to filter on the Dog Dominator and find signature event guys playing in the Sony, and we'll just hunt those guys down.
Okay.
Chris Gotterup is playing the Sony.
Love it. I like Chris Gotterup.
Michael Kim playing the Sony. Jacob Bridgman, Ryan Gerard, Sam Stevens. There's a lot of guys. We can like.
I wouldn't mind some Sam Stevens in my life. I'm not a huge fan of Ryan Gerard. I can diversify my portfolio just because, but I don't really like them. It really sucks being the 6th pick or the 5th pick.
It sucks.
Like it makes you kind of like draft unique lineups, but like for me, the people who are drafting first, I mean, good God, Byron, in one of my drafts, someone got Scottie, then Tommy, and Rory. And pick 1, 2, and 3. And don't get me wrong, they might not play a lot of events compared to the other people, but their quality of events are going to be so much better than anyone else's.
You just build. I did a couple. I have a lot of those.
And it's
I
like,
have a lot of those.
how is that? I mean, good God, don't get me.
It's the 3 best golfers on tour.
Yes, no
How
shit.
would you not? How would you not want them on the same team?
Yeah, but I don't get to draft them because I'm usually these late picks. My best pick was pick 4.
Okay, so I would take Corey Connors and Nick Taylor.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't even think I have any Corey Connors. I'm picking Michael Brennan at this point.
He's not a signature event guy.
I think he's going to play himself into the signature events.
He will. He's also playing the RBC, by the way, and the Masters.
Okay. I am a slut for Michael Brennan.
Good. You should be.
Huge slut.
He's one of my top exposure guys in my screenshots. Like 20% of him.
Okay. I'm also with you with Jordan Spieth, by the way. I think Jordan Spieth is a great. Yeah, I didn't notice how many events that he typically plays in round 1. Like it's I don't even remember what I had. It was like 6 events.
He will play the Texas events as well.
Yeah.
Like, even if he is playing signatures, he'll get you CJ Cup. He'll get you Houston.
I also think Billy Ho is a good choice too. And you had mentioned this on Twitter that he's looking to play 11 to 12 like straight rounds or whatever, or straight events.
He's going to be playing every single non-signature event because he's a Florida man, but he probably wouldn't play as much early if he wasn't in the signatures already. So he's trying to play into the signatures, and it doesn't matter if he plays the signatures. He says he's going to be playing at least 10 to 11 to 12 straight because he wants to play the hometown events.
What am I doing here? This is weird. Do I go with Fitzpatrick again?
Russell Henley and Fitzpatrick again.
Okay.
Those are like top 10 golfers in the world.
I think Fitzpatrick is going to be insane. And I think Henley's been Henley for his whole career. Like,
Henley's a signature event guy playing the Sony. We know that. So you're guaranteeing that start right now.
But just as a quality golfer, like Henley, in the echelon of golfers, if you put them in tiers, if I put like Scottie at A+, Rory at A+, Xander, he's floating on A+, he's probably an A. I'd put Russell Henley in an A. He's an A tier golfer for me.
I think Russell Henley had the 3rd most top 10s on PGA Tour last year.
And even if you go back his whole career, the guy is a stud.
Yeah.
Now he was a little bitch in the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, he was.
Can't fucking leave putts short. Jesus, man. Good God.
That's his mojo, though. But I respect his grind. I respect his consistency.
Yeah.
It is what it is, though. Okay, so we need a Farmers. We've only got one Farmers projected start, and that's in the form of Xander.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I haven't put in Henley and Fitzpatrick, but you're telling me that those guys aren't.
Yeah, I'm plugging in as we go.
Okay.
Next up, we're going to be probably looking at like a Chris Goddard.
I'm cool with that, man. Give me Goddard up.
Goddard and Keegan Bradley.
Is Akshay Bhatia playing in the Farmers?
No, I don't have him projected to play there, but
okay, I can do Goddard. Oh, Goddard was already taken.
Okay, Keegan will be playing. Keegan plays the Farmers.
What about Cantlay? He has dropped so far right now.
He doesn't give you volume, man.
I know, but if I'm looking for quality starts and say
gonna play the Farmers, I don't have him playing the Farmers.
Okay, Johnny Kiefer was just taken. So who's my first guy that is Colin playing the Farmers?
No, Keegan.
Go with Keegan.
Okay.
And now I know you want me to pick Wrighton or Horschel.
Go with Kitayama.
Where's Kitayama?
There we go.
Oh my god. Yeah, I need to update this. This is awful. You can also choose
It's
this and
fine. You're
just
navigating it fine. Okay, so Keegan. Still need farmers, man. Harris. We're gonna have to get a Harris English.
gross.
He's gonna defend, right?
I know, but gross.
Have to go Harris. Um, if you want to do Daniel Berger, Shane Lowry. Do you think Shane Lowry plays the Farmers? There's a good chance he does. Because
Gerard.
we covered everywhere else.
Stevens. Stevens was already taken.
Yeah, he's taken.
Is there a search on here? Can I search?
I think Gerard's ADP is 27. It's long gone.
I think Max Homa. I like Max Homa.
Yeah, you are now not in signature events. You've completely gone off the narrative. We were just drafting signature event guys.
Okay,
remember?
okay. I'll follow what you say.
If you want to fix your roster and be more competitive, Max Homa is going to fix a glaring hole.
Can I just? I'm going to do the one for Max Homa.
That's fun. You can do whatever, dude.
Then we can go back. So Harris English,
dude. I would go like
or Victor Colin Morikawa.
No, Harris.
The disappointment in your no.
No.
Are you stupid or something?
Okay. Good. So, do you think Bud Colley? Do you think Shane Lowry? And do you think Ryan Fox? Do you think Daniel Berger play the Cognizant? Because the Cognizant is amidst Pebble, Genesis, Cognizant, API players. So you're going to be playing the Cognizant means you're playing 5 in a row. And that means that you either...
I think Bud Colley plays that for sure.
Yeah, I think Daniel Berger, and I think Lowry has to.
Oh, and I think Berger does too. Oh, I like Berger. If Berger can come back to me, and Lowry, I don't mind Lowry either.
You can still get Berger and Lowry in this draft.
Okay.
So let's like tee those guys up. In my Dog Dominator, I don't have them projected to play those tournaments, but
get out of there. Get out of there.
Berger. And what about
Lowry.
like Tom Hoagie? Do you think he plays? Do you think Lucas?
Oh
Glover
man,
plays?
that's oh boy, that's difficult. If he does, I don't think he plays well.
Well, you're just trying to get someone to show up to get you 2 rounds at this point, because everything else is like loaded up. You see your apart.
Byron?
Yeah.
I was just about to say, if Victor Hovland doesn't get taken, it's hard not to play Victor.
Just the numbers game with him, yeah.
And same with Colin Morikawa. If he doesn't get taken by this guy, why wouldn't I at this point? You know?
Take Marco Benj, dude.
Oh, I like his swing is very sexy. Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you, whoever just picked him. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll do this.
That saved me the embarrassment of being on a draft with someone taking Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, okay, pal.
If you've been best ball drafting with me, you know that.
Oh, Penge was taken and Berger. Do we think Berger will play Farmers too? Or is that not his course? Holy shit. Look at the numbers that I have here. 3 for a Cognizant.
I have Berger playing the Farmers.
What is this? What are these events? Hold on. I can just click. What is this event? Oh, never mind. Oh, that's round. Hold on. Byron Nelson and the John Deere.
Yeah. Byron Nelson, John Deere, and CJ Cup. Sorry. And
Wow.
Houston.
Ooh. I mean, I see. I don't mind these 10s. This gives me better, gives me better chances of getting top 10s and whatever, getting me more money.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. You're missing out on like 60, 70 points if you're not starting somebody in a spot.
Yeah, not a huge fan of not seeing 6s across the board for most of these events.
Well, that's the thing. If you just, this is proving how hard, and I'm using the tool to try and get us the best, signature event team.
Okay.
It just shows you how hard it is.
All right, let's do another one.
To fill the schedule.
You want to do one more?
Who did we pick last?
Oh. I thought I did.
Oh God.
How do I get there?
Just go drafts. Completed or active. Go completed.
Yeah. My last pick was what's his face?
Yeah.
Not that one. Not that one. Burger. Penge and then Burger.
Penge and Burger. And Harris English.
Max Homa.
I mean, not terrible. Obviously, the cog is a disaster. I think it's going to be. I'm curious. I'm curious to see if the winning lineup has the Cognizant Classic 6 for 6.
These $10 are not getting taken out of my account. I don't know what's going on with Underdog.
You should just enter a big scramble.
Oh yeah, just to see if it'll let me. This will probably be my last one, Byron. Hey, we got pick number 2.
Okay. Who do you want to take? Who do you want to leave this draft with?
I have 0 burns in my lineups. And
no, man.
Don't do burns? Then Ben Griffin. Ben Griffin all day. Yeah. All day, okay, Ben Griffin.
Good.
It's nice to hear that Michael Kim was like, nah, Ben Griffin will play golf. And like the whole marriage narrative, I don't know, man.
Yeah, and Ben Griffin he showed up to Hawaii, dude. So, like
Logan in chat goes, what about Suber? Jackson Suber. All right, so let's see. Ben Griffin will be my first pick. So we go Griffin. I can't see. Oh, feel bad taking all of Byron's guys.
No, what I ended up having to do was just using the exposure setting and hitting yes. And on that, so people like JJ Spawn would get ranked way past where I could draft him. And then I'd have to take Colin. I was puking in my mouth in round 6 taking Patrick Cantley in the Waffle House.
Bryson's in all of these. Damn, dude.
Yeah, the man's a sicko.
Oh, Jasta, you just put him on the screen, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't connect the dots there, but yeah, he's in the draft too.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem. I might have to take the hit financially selling the Dog Dominator just so I can get a couple drafts in without my people vulturing me with
that's where
5,000 drafts.
That's where you put in your hidden ranks that you haven't told everybody about, and then that's where you.
Yeah, I also don't want to send my people down the wrong road either, because it's easier to trust somebody if they're using their own rankings.
Okay, so we can't talk about who we want to pick because Josta's gonna pick them. I kind of have an idea of the 2 guys I want to pick.
So we've gone Griffin. Who are you thinking?
Oh, he picked Michael Kim. I want Fleetwood, Spieth, and Sungjae. Like, I understand Cam Young is there, but and JJ is there too.
Cam. Yeah. Take who you want.
I think Sungjae will have a bounce, whatever, and then I'll see who falls to me from here. I've got ideas of who I want. Where the fuck is
Okay.
I think it's Fleetwood.
Tommy.
Yeah, it's Fleetwood.
Well, the perfect part about this lineup, Ben Griffin and Sungjae Im. Okay, the total starts you have in round one with that lineup: Ben Griffin, Sungjae, 11 total projected starts across the first 7 tournaments. Add Tommy Fleetwood, you've only got 13.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you clicked any other 2 names instead of Ben Griffin and Sungjae Im, I would suggest that you're not getting close to 11.
Yeah.
Either.
Yep.
Like, so that's how you want to build Tommy Fleetwood lineups, is with 2 other big studs playing early.
Okay.
I call him Sungjae a stud. Volume.
I think Sungjae is going to have. I mean, he played probably the worst golf he could have played.
So bad.
But he still had decent finishes. Like he still had decent results for playing.
Because he was the best strokes gainer around the greens because of how many opportunities he had to gain strokes there.
Right.
But and if you good around the greens.
And if we wanted to frame that in a different way, the boy could have been firing at pins and just missing his mark. What happens if he's finally on track? Like now those become birdie looks instead of chips.
Okay, coming up.
I can't say anything because Josta is going to snipe the guy I want.
Yeah, I guess Josta.
I got an idea. Rico Hoey.
Yeah, let's go.
I wasn't going to say Rico's name with Josta right in front of me.
But Josta, if he's been watching my stuff, or using the dog dominators, just begging him to take us.
He went Penrith and Oberg. Okay, now do I go
Nico?
Okay, my question to you was Gerard or Nico. So I agree.
That's you and me will have so many Nico lineups.
Rico. Okay, I like the sound of that. I didn't even put those things together.
Yeah, you take them there at the 3-4, the 4-5. Sorry.
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of.
This is so much more well-rounded, like for projected starts.
Oh yes, compared to the draft that we just did before this, it was the not to do draft, but you can use that as content.
The last 2 picks in this one, though, Byron, I want to get real different. I want to grab golfers that aren't getting drafted a lot, that have high upside.
Cool.
I need to get some kind of whatever. All right, I have an idea here too.
Okay. So you've got 2 cognizant starts with Rico and Nico potentially.
And Sungjae
could potentially could play. And Ben Griffin, who the hell knows? Maybe he plays. I don't know.
Who the hell knows?
But we've got 2, let's say, quite safely. 2.5, 3.
Jacob Bridgman is just a guy I will never choose. I just don't care.
He's a volume click.
Okay.
An innings eater.
Okay.
You think Russell Henley plays the cog?
Yes.
Well, that's a nice way to get him in.
I still want Fraserman. That was just taken. Okay. Well, that helps me choose Henley. I'm a slut. I don't understand why Henley's like. Why is Henley?
I don't understand it either.
Why is Henley below Bridgman? Why is Henley
4 rounds too late?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just I have like 22% Russell Henley.
I just like,
and would have had more Fitzpatrick if I had more drafts in me.
I would have said Aaron Rye here. And I mean,
who would you want? Aaron Rye or Matt Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick.
Just take the best golfer there too. Fitz is like, now we go for volume after Fitz, because Fitz is also, what is he doing going over here? He's a top 10 golfer in the world, man. Like, he should be going well before Sungjae.
Again, I don't want players getting sniped from me, but I've got 2 golfers in mind.
Baseball,
what's that?
Okay, baseball, bro.
I want Goddard up. I want Billy Ho. I could also do Noren. Do you have Noren projected to play the cog?
I have Noren projected to play different schedules when I drafted different periods of time. I don't know exactly what he's going to do. He's 12th in the world. He could play only signatures and majors.
Yeah. And
he's not in the Sony.
He was hurt last year, wasn't he? Wasn't he like
Yeah,
so
he was hurt. But he's so high in the world that it would take a long time to fall out of the top 30. And he's getting so many opportunities to play. If he plays well, he'll stay in the signatures. I don't know how many other events he plays.
Okay. I'm going to let Noren drop to me if he gets past Endus. This pick for me is going to be Goddard, though.
Yeah.
I think Goddard's a stud.
You see, he's your 7th.
Noren did not drop to me like I was hoping he would. How do you
feel? 6. Now I'd go Billy Horschel.
Yes.
Because we leave this draft now with 3 holes to fill at the Cognizant, and we have 3 picks. Everything else is 4s and 5s. And this is my safety Cognizant schedule that I'm looking at. You've got 4 guys projected there. Sanjay could be playing.
Yeah.
Goddard could be playing. We know Billy is going to be playing. He just
I feel safe with Billy.
Now we go with guys that we are certain play the Cognizant, because they'll be playing the other events as well if they're playing the Cog for sure. Like, I'll just rattle off a bunch, like Vince Whaley, Sahith Thagala, Matt McCarty, Neil Shipley.
Thought about Matt McCarty.
Neil Shipley, Chandler Blanchet, Keith Mitchell, Johnny Kiefer, Adam Scott, who is the Terminator of golf.
Dude, okay. Oh. Does Bud Colley play the Cog?
No, you see, when it's coming to Cog, the moment you're a signature event guy, the likelihood you play the tournament just gets like slashed. Okay. So I just try and improve the certainty that they do start. It's just,
I don't know who to pick here.
Christopher Wrighton.
We think he's going to play the Cog?
Yeah. He showed up at the Sony. He is not in the signature events right now.
Okay. All right.
And if not, he's like absurdly, if he starts playing into the SIGs,
shoot.
then that's a bad problem. That's a good problem to have. Go with Sahith or Pearson Coody.
Yeah, I think I want to go with
Whaley.
Shoot. Dang it. I do want Sahith. All right, so my last is my last pick. I got one pick. This is going to be just a guy way off the charts. I think I'm going to star him. I'm going to star Dunlap.
Okay.
Star Zalatoris. I'm going to star Thorbjorn Olsen.
Yeah. I've got a bit of him.
Aaron Rodgers is on. Yeah, right.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
I mean, Zach Johnson could be playing.
No. Like Ben Coles, maybe, because he might win or at least do decent at like the American Express or
Ben Coles is actually playing the Bahamas right now.
Oh, is he?
I think you're scrolling too far now. Christo Lamprecht is someone that would play. Toasty? Alejandro Toasty?
Yeah, I actually don't hate it. I really don't hate it, but I don't. If I had 2 picks that I was using, I mean,
pick Matty Schmidt, dude.
Yeah, I'll do Matty. Chris Ventura too. Like just a
He's
speculative play.
priority wise though. Like he's not going to be playing a lot of tournaments. I don't think.
Okay.
What happens if you click his name instead of?
Well, I screwed this up, so I don't
he's fine.
I don't have a way to make or to see what that is.
Okay. Boom.
All right, man. That was
Dude, that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I would. Do you want to like do this for like signature events?
Yeah, we can do this.
On just.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Let us know in the comments. We need to know from you guys if you want to. I mean, I'd be a lot more fun on Sundays to do. Before we sign off, Juster, I have too much ego. I'm scared. I was expecting him to hit the ground running in Hawaii, rattle off 7 tournaments in a row. Him not showing up with the live rumors or whatever. 1+1. I'm not saying there's an equals yet, but there's a couple more pluses still to come. But the sum is getting high early, and I don't like that. So I need to start from him on PGA Tour soon. Until then, I'm out. I don't want my good friend to only have so little drafts. And after all, I want to be the reason why he wins. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. So we can. Let's go, Hartman. This was really interesting and insightful golf talk, and this one was specifically targeted to that in particular. You know, like if we want to do maybe like a non-signature event, we can have it more intensive like this began. And then I think the SIGs we can like really focus more in on who's playing that week and really like hone in on some stuff about them.
Yeah. I'm definitely down for anything. I mean, I'm a single dude, man. I don't really have commitments and stuff like that. I can come online whenever you have the time to do so, and it's always good to bounce ideas off of people. Like it's a thing that I've learned the most in life is, you know me, I'm very opinionated. I'm always think my opinions are the best opinions, which obviously, you know, like I've been wrong plenty of times to know that my opinions are never always right, you know. So it's good to get different feedback and different information from other people, especially a peer like yourself. Like I value everything that you bring into fantasy golf, you know, that just golf in general. I guess I should just say golf. I was trying to make it more specific, but you know, you and I talk about golf a lot, not just fantasy golf, not just betting, not just DFS or whatever. So yeah, I've always wanted to do this. This is our first pod together, right? Or did we do one before?
I've had you on. We did the Dexter.
That's right. Yeah. I still have backdrops for the Dexter one.
Yeah. Well, you're using it almost right now.
Almost. Yeah. In all reality, this is what I was hoping that my studio would look like. Not so much all the shelves, but definitely the lighting that comes from it. And instead, I just have a green screen behind me. So
this will be a fun way to maybe incorporate a bit of the shows as well, Darbo, since you can do the week-long drafts. I wonder when Underdog will drop those. I'll get back to you, Scott, on Adrian, but I wonder when they will drop the contest. Is it up right now?
No, I don't think so. I'm just. Is it under drafts?
Yeah, PGA, nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
We'll see, but that would be a fun way to kind of also, because I can't obviously do them unless I'm out of Iowa. So we can try and figure. I will have DK draft rankings for you guys. You know, part of my Model Maniac Patreon for you. So we can absolutely help you with that for sure. I know Eric's got awesome, you know, sweet spots, DFS round by round stuff that you can use for Showdown as well.
Yep.
Not a lot of people have those kind of things out there. So check out all our stuff.
Yeah, and before we sign off, I am migrating off of spreadsheets. Like I might have to do it for the Sony, but I plan to get off of those things this year and early. Like, so I actually have different ideas of what to do with streaming. I kind of want to go over small videos to go over course and tournament stuff, and then just really just get into strategy. So, strategies can be anytime. I mean, if you wanted to do like a course and tournament preview at some point in time, I know you used to do Sunday streams. I don't know how frequent you were able to do it last year, but I know you were doing it before kind of not doing it.
I needed a partner to keep me committed to some sort of thing. And also I just didn't want to commit to stuff in the year in the beginning with a new kid. I didn't want to overcommit to stuff and then have stuff drop off.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep providing what I started the year with, and I did a good job doing that. So now at least I know what I'm expecting. We are not pregnant right now. I got 9 months of the same kind of stuff going on. Okay. So, plus, so let's take advantage of that for a little bit. And then, I'm down for Sundays now. So that'll be fun.
And I found a way that I was working on today to update. So what I'll plan to have is when the alpha list comes out on Fridays, I figured out a way to be able to plug that into my database like instantly.
Dude, you need to make that downloadable.
Was that?
You need to make that downloadable somehow.
Yeah. Well, I think all my stuff technically is downloadable. Like honestly, that you'll be able to scrape. You should be able to scrape from my. I haven't told anybody how to do it, but I'm pretty sure you can. Okay. And then, yeah. So I will have a next week's cheat sheet to go along with this week's cheat sheet. So we would be able to do advanced or like by 3 days. You know, we'll have 3 days of research before DK pricing comes out. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my site will be updated with a next week cheat sheet that will have the players in there without their salaries, obviously, because we don't have salaries. But it will have their strokes gain data leading into the event. I plan to provide everything that you've seen on my cheat sheet before. So it'll be season long strokes gain data, last 7 weeks of strokes gain data. Because I'm a big proponent of time versus rounds.
You can have the average salary from prior years at that event.
True. I almost would think
you should have an option for that for like the run up to the.
You know what would be better is trying to figure out, like trying to project our own salaries. Yes. Yeah. Because that seems pretty easy. I mean, like Chad Eckert did it, and he was somewhat accurate with it, you know, and he just. He's not a big data guy like you and I.
It's hard to do it. I bet you spent more time than you think, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And he probably dug around.
I tried to do ownership and trying to find a formula for ownership. Gets you to some spots correctly, but there are certain instances where you just know humans and degenerates and people click buttons sometimes. So
I went back to the Farmers Insurance Open last year where you said Scottie doesn't know how to chip. And I was listening to people talk about that tournament, and they were projecting Scottie Scheffler's ownership. And they thought like Pat Mayo and Tambo talked about it. And they thought that one of them thought Scottie's ownership was going to be like 50%, 50%. He came in at 20%.
Yeah.
And Rory came in with 40%.
it was the reverse group think.
Right.
We did ourselves in.
Right. So it doesn't seem like you really need to get the projected ownership. I mean, there's probably some golfers we all know are going to get a lot of ownership that you can kind of predict.
Dude, and that was for a week long.
Yeah.
Now imagine what people are doing when they just overreacting to one fucking round of golf.
Yeah.
Where you've showed the complete misdirection that they can like take you down on. I think. Thoughts on Adrian Sadier? Eric
Sadier?
Sadier.
My thoughts are of him are this. I've seen him in DraftKings rosters before, and that's all I know of him. That's it, Byron. So it's me being dramatic for no reason. I really don't know much about Adrian.
I don't think I even have him.
Sadier.
Oh, I'm on.
Couldn't tell you if he's French. It sounds like he's a French guy. Yep, he's a French guy. 5'11", 33 years old.
That took painfully long.
Top 10 in the 2025 DP World Tour.
You know, I think he's starting at the Sony. So if you're drafting him right now, I don't hate it. You know, he's 74th in the world. He could make his way into a couple majors. He's obviously a good golfer. Let me zoom in a little more here. He's going to be one of these muley guys. I don't think you're going to like get tons of signature starts from him. Maybe you do if you like his upside, but I don't know. I think he's a good click. He's got starts projected, so that's good. You're not drafting somebody that's dead. And he's obviously a good golfer. Shout out Grayson Murray. He's on the you could literally draft a team with Grayson Murray.
Really?
Yeah. So
I just put the two and two together.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Anything else, Darbo?
The only other question I had for you in the in this whole agenda, what does it say? I know we're 3 hours in the show, but did we get to a $6,300 cam? Hey, you know what? It is Australia's summer, and we know how Australians play during this time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should probably have one Australian in your lineup.
At that price, those guys. Tom Hoagie. Who was I on with the other day? Where we saw Tom Hoagie was the leader of first rounds on Hawaii for both starts.
Really?
At the Century and the Sony. First round leader.
That is very interesting.
That is super interesting. So
here, I want to look at something real quick. My internet or something is happening where it's really slow. Can you hear me all right?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Maybe I need to refresh.
Yeah.
So I was going to look at, again, I look at salaries because it's a power ranking. And I understand that Tom Hoagie and Cam Davis are, you know, they're names. They're names that have done well in the past. Obviously, they both are winners on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
I don't have issues with it, but I'll tell you one thing, being that low of a price, and I know we should talk about names instead of price tags, but their price tags just are never going to show up inside the top 10. But if you need like a cash game lineup, I guess either one of them are fine.
Cash.
Well, I suppose that technically that wouldn't be cash, but if you're looking for a top 40 or a top whatever, I think maybe then that's okay. But if you're trying to win a GPP, I wouldn't put any of those guys in your line. Yeah, my Power BI is not very happy with me right now.
Okay. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah,
to call it.
Yeah, I can't give any data or information. That's what I've been trying to do. I don't know if you see that in the background of me like clicking through my pages.
I'm seeing it's still very white there.
Yes, yeah, it's not doing the things that I need it to do right now. So yeah, 3 hours into it. This is very common for you and I, trying to outpace each other for how long we can be on stream for. But
so we do it together.
That's right. Yeah, that way I don't have to watch you for 4 hours. You watch me for 4 hours. We get to be on this together for 4 hours.
You get to watch us for 4 hours. So
That's
we
right.
appreciate you guys so much. This was the first time we did this. It was a great time. We probably do it again.
And I'm glad that we were able to dual stream this, you and I. Like, I wasn't sure it was going to work out, but
I wish we could. Maybe there's a setting that we can get the comments coming through both somehow, so we can see, or at least you can share.
I'll look into it.
Yeah.
I imagine I'd have to be on StreamYard as well, but I don't think we both can be logged into StreamYard as it's happening.
We can figure it out when we're off there. We're building some momentum to sign off then. Until we
hell yeah, man. Absolutely.
But if we wait another 15 seconds.
Yeah, you're looking at the time.
We eclipse our first stream as a dual team.
Hey, to get back to what he said about, okay, Grayson Murray won it in 2024 being $6,200. So that sounds like that looks like a Cam Davis or Tom Hoagie right there. I mean, you know.
Yes. No, they will be in your team. So that's good to go. Awesome stuff. 3-hour mark. We appreciate all you sickos. Hit the like, hit the subscribe to Back Nine Bets on YouTube, at Sweet Spot DFS on YouTube, at The Model Maniac on Twitter, at Sweet Spot DFS on Twitter. Let's have a great Sony.
Yes.
It's the new year. We got
I'm excited. Excited.
I'm pumped. We'll have shows for you on I'll have Fantasy Golf Degenerate show on Monday night. It'll come out after me and Kenny record tomorrow. Then Darbo and I have shows on Tuesday nights on our respective channels. I've got my show. It's going to be at 12 Eastern.
Okay.
Of a lunchtime.
You're going to be on 12?
I'm going to save the Tuesday afternoon to be open.
I hope you do more pods on your channel. Like, it's cool to see you. Try. It's cool to see you on Pat Mayo on that channel, but I want to see your channel.
Again, that is why I'm doing the Mayo thing when I know I can in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Then if I get a gap with a kid, I'll do like a late night, more like loungy thing like we're doing here on this channel.
Yeah.
Be a bit more fun, you know, do this more twitchy than like action-packed power information, which has been a lot of fun. And you do a great job with your stuff too. So continue to plug everything else for us as we get the hell out of here.
Yeah. So one thing to look out for, sweetspotdfs.com. I shouldn't say mastered, but I know enough information on Power BI to build some really good tools. I was thinking about building a one and done tool, but really the Underdog tool can serve as a one and done tool because it's going to do everything that I want a one and done tool to do. And I intend to have that out. If I do, okay, I'll say this. I am still going to create a one and done tool, and I will have that out before the beginning of the Sony Open. I hope to have it out by Tuesday. I can't absolutely make that promise, but I want to have a one and done tool for people to pick golfers, you know, that would make sense to pick golfers at certain tournaments. Somewhere down the road, I will have an optimizer on the website. It'll currently still have to be through spreadsheet. That's the only spreadsheeting that I'm going to do. And just look for more, like, just better and updated tools on sweetspotdfs.com. I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be a big year. I think for followers of both of our channels and for the tools that we produce, that we create.
I will fully admit that my enthusiasm towards creating Power BI stuff has waned after seeing what you've got up to, because I know that anything I'm putting out is not nearly as good as your stuff. And it's kind of similarly that what we're trying to do. Maybe one day your stuff is part of my stuff and our stuff is together stuff. And
yeah,
you never know. So I'm kind of just letting you run off into the distance with this one.
If there's a person to collab with, it would be you, Byron. I don't trust many people, but I trust you.
This was weird because I felt like this went really well. Like,
yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. It's something to look out for everybody else.
Good. Beautiful.
I get Skylar coming in the chat just now. Yo, what's up? We're back.
All right. We're back. Just rewind 3 hours.
Yeah, watch us on
You're good to
replay.
go.
Watch it on replay.
All right. Awesome stuff, friends. Catch you soon.
Yep. See you later, Byron.
Peace.